You know, trumpet precedes every single movement of Abba Yahuwah. What do I mean? This is what I meant. That Abba Yahuwah don't act in secret. That is to say, Abba Yahuwah don't do things behind the closed door, in the secret place, or in the dark place. No, Abba Yahuwah don't act in that way. So before Abba Yahuwah could do a thing, especially on this planet Earth, he will put it in the written code of trumpet to announce it unto humanity. Trumpet is to announce the movement, the next movement of Abba Yahuwah. That is to say, if Yahushua want to come right now, it is trumpet. So we see that in different occasions in the royal law, whether be good or bad. If it is going to be good news or bad news, it is always trumpet sound. Trumpet is to announce it, is to broadcast it like a breaking news. That is what trumpet does according to the Abba Yehoah governance system. Okay, like the day of Jericho, trumpet, at the sound of trumpet, the voice of Jericho goes down, and the people of the book prevailed against their enemy. Why the enemy go down? All right, because Jericho is a blockage, okay, is a barrier, is a reproach, you know. But by the sounding of the trumpet, everything that contains Jericho, whatever spirit that makes a Jericho a living Jericho, went down the grave. I think Numbers chapter 10, we'll see over there when the people of the book is going to war, they will sound the trumpet commanded by Abba Yahuwah. Again, when is the new month, trumpet ought to be sound. Again, when is this first day of the seventh biblical month, that is the feast of trumpets. That is to say, Abba Yahuwah put his voice in the feast. Altogether, trumpet is the voice of Abba Yahuwah. Trumpet is simply the voice, thundery voice of Abba Yahuwah. So today is the feast of trumpets. Today is the first day of the seventh biblical month. And this is the very month the Ark of Noah rested. So the seventh biblical month is a very prophetic one. It's number 7. That belongs to Abba Yahuwah. All right. And is this coincidence? Whereby Abba Yahuwah put the last 3 feasts on the 7th month. On the 7th month. All 3 feasts is right here on this very month. 4 feasts is already been fulfilled by King Yahushua, our eternal Messiah, eternal high priest in the order of Melchizedek. Okay, the feast of Passover, resurrection, first fruit, and Shavuot, whom you call Pentecost. Okay, Yahushua has already fulfilled that. You can see that in Leviticus 23. All 7 feasts, which are the plans of salvation of Abba Yahuwah for you and I, for humanity, those who are worthy of salvation. I'm sorry, I'm on it again fasting. So all 7 feasts are there, but 4 are already fulfilled by King Yahushua HaMashiach and left over 3. So the 4 that has already been fulfilled, that is his princelyhood office in the order of Melchizedek, okay? As a prince, is officiating night and day for his people. But he has already done that. That was why he said it is finished. So what is left now? What is left behind? It is the kingly role for him to take. It is the kingly office for him to pick up now. Okay, so King Yahushua is about to enter into his kingly throne. And there is a work he needs to do before he entered there. As a king, he's coming with as a holy king, He is coming with a holy kingdom, and he also needs a holy people. That's going to be his subject. There is no king without subject. And again, I love this part. There is no king without queen. And I am that queen of King Yahushua HaMashiach. All right, now. So there is no king without subject. Okay. So we here on earth, of course, in this very seventh month, here our garment lies. I don't know which one. It is one of these two. Obviously, it's not the Feast of Tabernacle because that is the king's wedding. But it's one of these two. Is it the Feast of Trumpet or Yom Kippur? And again, this feast of trumpets, it is when Abiyahu, like today, Abiyahu opened his heaven. When it's sundown to the midst of the week, according to the calendar of Enoch, and that is Abiyahu's calendar. Okay, that is Abiyahu's calendar. It is found in the book of Enoch, chapter 74. We saw two calendar over there, lunar calendar and solar calendar. But solar calendar is the accurate one. Because why? According to this royal law, popular royal law, every one of us can access, okay? We see 42 months has to do with 30 days calendar. 42 months, month, 3.5 year great tribulation, and 3.5 year of a first peace agreement. So for you to get that 3.5 years, you need to go by 30 days calendar. Okay, that is the only way you can get 42 months. Now, when you also read Revelation chapter 9, I think verses 5 or so, said this locust that are sent for the pit is going to torture people for 5 months. And what could that be? Track it down to the days of Noah. I think Genesis 8 or so, Genesis 7 and 8, you will get it over there. All right. So the rain beat against the entire world for 150 days. 150 days. So to get a figure of 5 months, you need to go by 30 days in a month calendar. And this we found in the book of Hanukkah, chapter 74. So where you also go by what else? There are, in fact, okay. Yes, all the figures in the royal law about this, okay, it will be accomplished accurate by 30 days in a month. Okay, not 29 days, 30 days, okay, in a month. So that is why I stick with the calendar, solar calendar. We don't watch for moon, all right? All right, now you see, like the traffic light. Let me quickly put this simple illustration. The reason I'm putting this, every one of us knows about traffic light. We see the embodiment of traffic light. We see the protocol. We see their services, all three. Okay. We see their unique services, okay. They're rendered unto humanity in divine protection, guidance. They have no voice, but yet they speak. They have no voice, but yet they minister. They have no voice, but yet they control your life and they control my life. How do I mean? Now, when you see the yellow, what is it saying? Slow down, slow down. Warning, warning, slow down. And that is again what the Feast of Trumpet is doing. Like today, it means warning. Something is about to happen. Something is about to take place. Warning. Say, can the trumpet sound on the street and people be not afraid? Trumpet is to get your attention. Trumpet is to, to cut your attention, okay? That something big is about to happen. Like Abiyahu used the burning bush to cut the attention of Moshe. In like manner, that is what trumpet is doing. Just like that yellow sign in our traffic light, okay? He will be warning you. It's about to get down. It's about to be red. Danger is here. Don't let it share your blood. Okay? All of a sudden, the red will appear. In the traffic light, isn't it? When red appears unto you. So what are you going to do? Won't you stay behind for the divine protection of your life? But if you say no and you still cross, why it is red? Sorry, anything that crushes you will be the right of that very thing, whether trailer, whether a motorcycle, whatever car, whatever that crushes you down, it will be that very person's right. Okay? In like manner, now that Abiyewa, this is the day heaven is opened. Yom Teruah. Okay? Now Abiyewa use it to cut your attention of warning. I'm about to shut my heaven because in 9 days' time, heaven will be shut. In 15 days' time, it is the wedding banquet. So the first day is to can I sound it again? Is to to cut your attention. But if you see, feel reluctant to turn around and see where that sound is coming from, in order for you to put your house in order, that is what trumpet is doing in nutshell, to cut your attention. It just needs your attention. Give me your attention. Okay? But if you feel reluctant to participate, or rather to relate to what he is communicating, okay, even though it's not telling you, hey, I shut my heaven. Hey, oh, okay, today I just opened my heaven. Hey, get ready. Is your garment white? Is there any stain in your garment? Hey, prepare to wash. Hey, start washing. Clean your house. Do this, do that. Even though it's not saying that, but literally, in deep meaning of it, that's what it's saying. Just like yellow, just like a red. Okay, now that's what the trumpet is doing, to catch your attention. But if you understand the embodiment, what is ministry, you look into the heart of trumpet, you study the heart of trumpet, and you begin to relate with what you saw over there, definitely you will know it is time to get serious, because it's about to get down. Now, when where the traffic light gave you green, what is the meaning of that? That is to say, it is your right. Just ascend one time, take off with such a race into your destination, your final destination, wherever you are going. Pure one time, it is your right. That is the Feast of Tabernacle. All right, the Feast of Tabernacle. Okay, like today is yellow warning, and Yom Kippur shut down danger, and Feast of Tabernacle green for the one that make it to the Feast of Tabernacle. Did you get that? So this is what this feast, represent. So I didn't work today. I'm celebrating the Feast of Trumpets, the voice of Abba Yehovah. So now we have it in the feast. At the last trump. No one knows the day, nor the hour, isn't it? But we know the season, because the season is in the feast. But we don't know the day. And we don't really know. Me, I watch seriously for the Feast of Trumpet and Yom Kippur. Today is Yom Teruah. 9 days time is Yom Kippur. I watch for these days, 2 days. Is it going to be the Feast of Trumpet? But somehow I also say it can't be. Why? Because we need to be cleansed. Yom Kippur, that is where our cleansing lies. That is where the judgment lies. And for we to cut up, and for we to get a glorified body, Abiyewa needs to sit judgment. That is what Yom Kippur is serving for, the Day of Atonement. So how is it going to be a Feast of Trumpet? But Feast of Trumpet is one of the 3 feasts that is left. Must be fulfilled. Oh, Shandala Bosek. Abiyewa, this belongs to you. It's heavy. but I don't want to go by whatever I feel or whatever I felt. So I just want to leave it there. All right, now, family. Yisrael, it is again the Feast of Trumpets. Are you ready? It's warning, like the yellow traffic light is warning because it's about to get down. Don't let it turn red. When it turns red, you can't achieve the green. You can't. In this very governing system of Abba Yehovah, when it turns red, you can't acquire the green. So what could that be? What is going to be the red when the heaven be shut? In 9 day time, in the feast of not feast anyways, the day of atonement, heaven will be shut. That is, then they said no one will ever enter when the door is shut. You can't enter any longer. I think Revelation 15 has that. Okay, when it's shut, you can't enter. Okay, so get ready. Feast of Trumpet is now. Feast of Trumpet is cutting people's attention. That is what Abba Yewa is doing. So he just wanted to get ready because it's about to get real. You see all these things we have been saying, and you guys think we are making noise. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. So that is the nature of the Feast of Trumpet. Thank you, Abba. I love you so much. Still, we'll go according to what we normally do. Greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we all are doing great on this wonderful, glorious, set apart covenant day. Once again, for you and I to cycle around Abba Yehovah's eternal blessed throne and to just get our soul, spirit, and body filled with Abba Yehovah's eternal divine breath. When I say our soul, spirit, and body, I simply mean our totality, past, right now, and future, filled with the breath of Abba Yehovah. And you see this we are doing, this is how we take in this eternal breath. And this eternal breath, uncontaminated, is going to be wiping out whatsoever that is not washed in the blood. And that is what it does. Only in His presence we fix things. Only in His presence we get it right. Only in His presence we receive this unique vision that PJC and Allah is poverty today. Okay, but only in the presence of Abba Yehovah we get everything. Thank you, Abba, for giving us your set apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. We also thank you so much, I and the entire camp of Yisrael. Thank you so much for also giving us your set apart word, King Yehoshua HaMashiach. We love you, Abba. We thank you for choosing us. We did not choose you, but you did choose us because you have so much love for us. Agape love, unconditional love you have for us. In return, it is to keep your commandment. Thank you for helping me to sing the song of Moshe, because the 144,000 Revelation 14 sang the song of Moses. And this is how we are singing the song of Moses. We go according to the Torah, according to the governing system of Abba Yehovah instruction, according to the instruction Abba Yehovah gave unto us through his prophet Moses. Okay, this is how we sang the song of Moses. Yes, we keep the Yom Torah, we keep the Yom Kippur, we also keep Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. We do all, because it is all about us. Not about Yehovah, but us, we. It belongs to us. Because in the presence of Abba Yehovah don't need a feast day to celebrate. No, it is every single day. All right? Bro, we here on earth, it is the plans of salvation. Abba Yehovah said he's going to meet us. Feast, simply, in Hebrew, it means Mohedin. Mohedin simply means divine appointment. This is divine appointment time for Yehovah to meet with us. Okay? It is all about our salvation. Now, in that very particular place, Leviticus 23, you're going to see all 7 feasts are there. We have altogether 9. All right. So the four feasts, Passover, Resurrection, Bekurim, which is a first fruit, and Shavuot, which is a feast of Pentecost, the one you call Pentecost. Okay. Yahushua fulfilled all four already. That is his priestlyhood, like I said, in the order of Melchizedek. That was why he said it is finished. The part of all this, Yahushua has already put those one in check. He finished that one already, left over these 3. And these 3, it is simply his kingly office. Like I said, there is a job for Yahushua to do before he entered there. Okay. And again, Yahushua also have one political messianic assignment. That is going to be the two. The Feast of Purim, that one you will see in the book of Hadassah chapter 9, whom you call Esther. Okay, the Feast of Purim and the Feast of Hanukkah. Hanukkah, you also see that in John chapter 10, verses 21 through 25. Okay, you will see that it's being called dedication in English. Yes, of course, dedication. And Hanukkah simply means dedication in English. Okay, Yahushua himself attended that feast. So these are the political, messianic movement role of King Yahushua HaMashiach. Because he said this, Revelation of 12:5 said he's going to break the entire world with his scepter. That is, he's going to rule the entire world with unbreakable power. Iron. Unbreakable power. Every power is going to be subject unto him. Every rulers of this earth, before the new earth comes, they will be subject. Islam will be subject. Scientists, everyone will be subject unto him. Though Islam is still going to be ruling powerfully, but still they will do that ruling whatever under King Yahushua. So that is his political, seat office for him to pick up. After the kingly throne, that is the last to follow. That is the last to follow. So with this being said, let's do why we are here today in His presence. So much has been said about the Feast of Trumpet. I'm not doing message. I just want to cut your attention, just as Abba Yewa caught my attention, our attention to this very feast, and said it's about to get real. In like manner, I'm also making it known unto you. That is to say, what I receive from Yahuwah, I also make known unto you, impart it in you. Okay. If you also want to do the Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement fasting, yeah, you can get yourself ready Friday next week. Okay. When it's 6 o'clock. When it's 6 o'clock, get ready. It is 24 hours. No food to reflect where you are falling. And that is how we wash our garment. It is simply judgment. Yom Kippur on the 10th of the 7th biblical month, heaven shut. No one will be able to enter. So now it's open, available from today until then to everybody, to anyone who is worthy of salvation. King Yahushua HaMashiach, I have already announced it unto you. The next movement of Abi who are preceded by trumpets. With this being said, let's do why we are here today in His presence. We have so much to cover. So much to cover. I want to do another native language of PJC. Oh, Shandalabo Sekeyaba. Thank you, Abba. So, with this being said, let's feed it now with the title. Like you and I know already, title always help navigate us into Holy Scriptures. He will water the ground. He will make it so easy for you and I to ride through. Okay, so that is what title does. It will carry us from one preset and bring us to another preset. He will carry us from one preset to another phase of preset. That is how it was. I love Abba Yahuwah. I love King Yahushua. I love the Ruach HaKodesh with every single breath in me. I'm not bragging that I love them because they first do love me. Okay? And there comes my pride. Now, let's call out the title. PJC native language. All right now. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. PJC native language in this Yom Kippur. You also have Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Heavenly sanctuary cleansing. You also have heavenly sanctuary to cleanse. Sabbath seal. You also have a seal to seal people. In 1844, Jesus began this journey already. Daniel chapter 8, Leviticus chapter 16, Genesis chapter 2, verses 17. That is the foundational scriptures. Should I rebroadcast again for a better understanding? PJC native language in his Yom Kippur, heavenly sanctuary cleansing, Sabbath C in 1844, Daniel chapter 8, Leviticus 16, Genesis 2, verses 17. All right, so where are we going to be starting from? Okay, the Feast of Trumpet, Leviticus 23, verses 23 through 24. Okay. Masekeibo, wa karakabo say. Masekeibo Yahuwah, karakabo say. Busekeire Yahuwah, karakabo say. Masekeibo Yahuwah, karakabo say. Karakebo Yahuwah. Karakebo say, Karakebo, Karakebo say kebo, Karakebo say debo, Karakebo say Yahuwah, Karakebo say kebo. All I have is praises. I have nothing else. Nothing else left in me but praise, worship, service. Yes. Now we'll start working our way from this holy passage, Genesis 2. So let's start taking our first bread, feeding of our spirit from Genesis 2, verses 17. Now, like I said prior to the title, that PJC have his own Day of Atonement, and he also have his cleansing of heaven, cleansing of his own heaven, and he also have Sabbath seal for his people. Okay, but he is doing it in his native language. That's what we are saying. So let me see. Before we read this, let me see. Okay, yes. Genesis 2, 17. I read, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. So the knowledge of good this holy deity have, he perverted through his knowledge of evil. And when you now begin to partake of his knowledge of good, retort, rebrand, and retort through his knowledge of evil, what is the end? Surely you shall die. Not maybe. Because he has some knowledge of good in him, the good he knows about Abba Yehovah, but he's going to be publishing it, he's going to be teaching it, he's going to be displaying it through the knowledge of evil he have. And whosoever that take that, because knowledge of Abba Yehovah, it is feeding of our spirit, soul, and body, which is Yahushua, that's going to be sustaining us indefinitely. But when you not take this good, a knowledge of good from this evil tree that has knowledge of evil already be corrupted, perverted, retouched, BBL, genetic modified organism, VF say you shall surely die. Not maybe. Okay, so Jesus have knowledge about Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. He has knowledge about that, and cleansing of heaven. He also have knowledge about that, and Sabbath. He also have knowledge about that. But he's passing it, this information of this three great movement of Abba Yehovah. He's passing the information through his pervert wisdom, through his pervert knowledge. And if you not take that version of Jesus Christ breakdown of this very thing I'm telling you over here, sorry, you shall surely die. Now, before we proceed, I would like to play another video We have so much video to play today. I hope, I pray also, Abi Yehovah, that there is no copyright. I would like to play this one.
Did you know one of the first slave ships that carried African people into slavery
Listen
was named
carefully.
Jesus?
Okay.
Yes. In the 16th century, an English slave ship called the Good Ship Jesus, commanded by Sir John Hawkins, was used to capture and transport Africans across the Atlantic.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Because the people of the
Kidnapping
book
human
fled
beings,
into west
chaining
coast
them
of
in
Africa,
darkness,
later known today
selling them into
West
lifelong
Africa.
suffering,
A
all under
large
the
part
name
of it is in
Jesus.
Nigeria.
Hawkins himself was a devout Christian who justified his
Jesus
actions by
is
claiming
still
he
caught
was
up
saving
with them
African souls through slavery.
through our
He
Bible.
even had royal support from Queen Elizabeth I.
Okay.
How could a ship that destroyed families,
Listen.
cultures, and kingdoms carry the name of supposed salvation?
Listen.
This was not by accident.
Okay.
Colonizers knew that mixing faith with oppression would break the minds of the enslaved.
Okay.
They forced the Bible upon them.
They will
while
use
stripping
what you
away
know
their
to deal
languages
with you.
and gods, so that even in bondage, they prayed to the God of their enslavers.
All right.
They
Pharaoh.
gave Africans their religion and took their freedom.
Slave
They
master.
gave Africans their Bible and took their land.
You see what
They
you...
gave Africans new names and erased their true ones.
Okay.
But here is what they couldn't take: the unbreakable spirit within. Today, remember this truth. Religion was used as a tool of colonization. Faith is not the enemy. Manipulation is.
Okay.
Know your history. Question what you were taught. Because true freedom starts with unlearning the lies.
That's correct. Yeshua knows the truth. Only the truth shall set you free. So for the truth to carry out deliverance of freedom on you, simply means to say lie has already put you in that bond. Okay, that bondage. Lies did that to you. So for you to be free, it's not cast, I cut your head, cut off your head, the devil, I remove your right. No, just know the truth. That's it. And deliverance is guaranteed. So now, this is the breakdown of Jesus Christ. Knowledge he knew about the royal law. And when you now take the version of Jesus Christ breakdown, how he break down the royal law, it's going to be enslavement unto you. This is the picture. It's going to be slavery unto you. It's going to be, Jesus, of course, is a slave master. He's a Pharaoh. He will never allow, the people of the book to go free. He's subject. He will not allow them to go free, but to my pains. And what makes me cry now, or what is it on in my stomach, is that people is the massage, the head of their slave master. It's the massage, the head of their slave master. They then became willing slaves unto eternity of you shall surely die. You see the breakdown of the royal law Jesus gave to the entire world. And some people now begin, especially the atheists, now begin to see the Bible as evil book. You see, that is the breakdown version of Jesus. That is how Jesus portrayed the Bible unto them. But you yourself, if you dig it into the Bible, you will know it is the source of life. You will know this is who you are. This is your inheritance. This is your heritage. It talks about you. It is the mirror from whence you see yourself. It is the mirror from whence you see your glory, your blessing, how wonderful and glorious you are. The way back to heaven, you see yourself through that in the royal law. But Jesus gave it to people, and some people have seen it as evil book. Why some people, also retold the lies of Jesus, put it in the microwave and just warm it and begin to serve people and say the food is ready. You don't need to do no research. So the breakdown of Jesus Christ's version of the royal law, it is simply me, you shall surely die. You don't eat of it, it's not your spiritual food. It ought not to be your spiritual food because it came with a tag price. And what is the tag price? Not just first death, the second death. You can see that in Revelation 20, verses 10 through 15. Second death, Revelation 8, again, 21, again, verses 8. So, having said this, let's go now to the native language of PJC. It has a native language in all three. And this one is my body. This one is heavy. It's really heavy. I must say, it's really, really heavy. So we have 3 phases in this Yom Kippur, Shabbat, and the cleanse. We have 3 phases. So today is the phase 1. We'll first of all do the native language. This one is all about PJC native language in all 3. Okay, and in the Shabbat, we will be doing what Jesus know about Yom Kippur and what Jesus knew about Shabbat, the truth Jesus also knew about cleansing of the sanctuary. Okay. So after that, we will not do that of King Yahushua. Okay, no, that of King Yahushua is next week Shabbat. So no, which means I will still do one because I would like to tell the Yom Kippur of King Yahushua. Okay, because it's so prophetic. Is a very serious movement of Abba Yahuwah. Watch for these very two feasts. Not two initially. Okay, it shouldn't be called two. Feast of Trumpet is feast. But Yom Kippur is not feast. It's ritual. It's oblation. Is a very serious moment with okay Abba Yahuwah have with us. Now, there's a two-phase of redemption in the royal law. Let me quickly chip in this. Two-phase redemption in the royal law. Feast of Passover is the redemption of our spirit, whereby Yahushua needs to die and redeem our spirit. But Yom Kippur is the redemption of our body, glorified body, save for our glorified body. And okay, we'll be doing this when it comes to that of King Yahushua, of course. Let me preserve this one. I don't want to mingle it with that of Jesus. So in the Shabbat, I will tell you what Jesus knew about this very wonderful, glorious movement of Abba Yahuwah's oblation. Then we'll still tell one. Maybe we can be doing, should we be doing Messiah in the wilderness? Okay, I'll sort that one out later. In order for me to do that of King Yahushua in the very appointed day, next week Shabbat. Not this Shabbat, next week Shabbat is the feast, is the Day of Atonement. It carries glory. The stipulation Yahushua gave in Matthew 24 verses 24, if it were possible. He said this false Messiah that is coming with a false non-entity kingdom and his false prophets, they're going to be doing great signs and wonders in as much if it were possible to deceive the elect. So all this, their shenanigans, all this, their abracadabrokoto, all this, their nonsense they are doing, Jesus is doing, it is to cut the elect attention. It is to deceive the elect. But Yahushua said it's not utterly possible. So the great stipulation Yahushua gave unto the, even though when you die, if you're the people of the book, you die as a Christian, it is not utterly possible for you to get lost. That is found in Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Why your spirit, or rather why your body that needs to carry your glorified spirit is in the bosom of Adam, where Satan still torture you, where Satan still torment you, still pollute you, still ravage you, still, defy you. Yahushua Yom Kippur is the final answer to that. It's not utterly possible, okay, for you to be deceived utterly. So we'll be doing that. I just want to leave Yahushua's own out of this. So let's go down to the native language of PJC. Do you know what is PJC? By now you should be knowing what is PJC. Do you know what I mean by calling this demo PJC? And PJC is simply abbreviation of pork or pig, Jesus Christ. Now, John chapter 8, we have been reading this, but I would like to do it again. 44. I read, you belong to your father, the devil. Notice, devil is also called a father, which means to say he has children. And you want to carry out your father's desire. Notice they also have a will and a desire to pass out. He was a murderer from the beginning. What did he use to kill in the beginning? Not holding to the truth. For there is no truth in him. Did you just get that? He can't tell truth. When he lies, listen now, come on now. Just catch it. Catch this. When he lies, he will speak his native language. For he is a liar and father of all liars. He is a liar. PJC is a liar. PJC is a liar. PJC that I know is a liar from eternity to eternity. He's a liar from eternity unto eternity. He's a liar, PJC. PJC, he have no truth. PJC can never tell the truth. PJC can't tell the truth. PJC is a liar. PJC is filled with lies. PJC is a liar from eternity unto eternity. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. Did you get that? He's a liar. Did you just get that? He's a liar. I want you to get this. He's a liar. PJC. He's a liar. 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 PJC is a liar. What did he use to kill the first man and the first woman? What did he serve them? He served them lies. The truth he know about Abba Yehovah, he served it unto the first man and the first woman. And that is when he first of all entered the sanctuary. And that is where he first of all desecrated the altar. He ravaged it. He desecrated it. He polluted it. He turned it upside down and he now make it desolate. All right. Native language. So we have three native language of PJC over here. Is serious, eh? Very serious. So now that we have read his native language, how is Jesus communicating lies as a truth unto you? Genesis 3, check it out. That is where, first of all, he did the wickedness. The knowledge he knew, which is the good in him, but he never retailed it. He never teach it to the first man and the first woman, okay, in the ways of Abba Yehovah. But rather he taught them through his evil eyes on them. I will make myself like the Most High. Now let's proceed to Psalms chapter 77. I want to show you something over here. If you can catch this, therefore the ways of the sanctuary will be very clear unto you. Now listen. Psalms chapter 77 verses 13. Thy way, O Yehovah, is in the sanctuary. Who is so great, a Yehovah, as our Elohim. So now the ways of Abba Yehovah, the dealings of Abba Yehovah, the service of Abba Yehovah is simply in the sanctuary. Simply over there. So if you can understand the ways of the sanctuary, there you're going to be seeing who is in this sanctuary. Is it the rightful owner or the counterfeit, the impersonator? Because if deity bragged and say, I will make myself like the Most High, because the ways of Abba Yehovah is in the sanctuary. To redeem mankind, you will find every details, every oblation, ritual of your redemption, you will find it in the sanctuary. I can say sanctuary is like, although this word is filthy, but let me give it to you for a better understanding. Sanctuary is like kind of IVF, in vitro fertilization. That is to say, science is the one producing those children in the lab. So they will use drug to fertilize a woman's egg. That is to say, not natural. When I want to do this evil, they have this artificial follicle-stimulating hormone, the very one that's going to be causing the releases of the egg. So now, when there is a case of infertility, okay, is not for infertility. Okay, let's leave it there. Science discovered drugs, okay, we have natural follicle or more that is, causing the releases of the egg after the ovulation. And science produced the artificial follicle, okay, to release, to produce artificial egg. So they will give it on the whatever chemical, all these drugs. We normally will release, we as a woman release 1 or 2 egg highest. In most cases, it's just 1. But this artificial follicle is going to be cause you to release 23 eggs. Okay, 30 eggs. Yes, it's artificial. It's always large. So now they will now retrieve the eggs. That is, they will pull out all the eggs from your womb. They will put it in a ditch and they will put it in the incubator and they will fertilize it over there. So you're going to be watching with your 2 naked eyes how life is being formed. Okay, where life started. You're going to be seeing the fermentation, how it's being, put together. They will not take the semen of the man through the microscopic needle. They will now begin to inject the sperm in that plate or ditch and they will mix it together. And that is how they are creating children, people in the lab. Okay, so in vitro fertilization, that is, you are seeing it with your 2 naked eyes how life is being formed. In like manner, the ways of Abba Yahweh in the sanctuary, that is how the redemption laid down publicly, physically, for you to be seen every details how Abba Yahweh is walking a walk in you, redeeming you, cleansing you, moving from one place to another place, how to save you. Is the clear picture. Is the clear picture. Okay? You are the sanctuary. Sanctuary is all about you. And Abba Yahweh's ways is over there. It's about born again. After the tragic fall of Papa Adam, it is the born again. It is to be born again. And how Abba Yahweh is rebirthing you is in this sanctuary. Come on now. It is in this sanctuary. Okay. So I give you this as a homework. Read Leviticus chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And also read Leviticus 16 all through. Read Exodus 27 all through. Read Exodus 25 all through. Read it. That is you in particular. That is how your redemption is being made. Just as science put life in the ditch, okay? Fertilizing it for all eyes to see. Go to Google, go to YouTube. You're going to be seeing in vitro fertilization, how life is being formed. Okay, in like man, if you also goes to all these places I just quote for you, you're going to see how Abba Yahweh is doing a job in you, walking a walk in you for your born again. And that is why we also have to wash it. You must wash in day 3. You must also wash in day 7. I think Numbers 19 also. Let me just leave this. Okay, maybe we'll be ready that when we come to what Jesus knew about this sanctuary. Yom Kippur, cleansing. There's nothing like heavily cleansing. No, nothing. But when it comes to that of Jesus, I will break that one down. And that of King Yahushua will also do some break, of course. But now, let's do the PJC native language. Is a lot. Abba, you will just help your daughter. Now, Exodus 27, I called that out already. That is the ways of Abba Yahweh in the sanctuary. Now, in Abba Yahweh ways in the sanctuary, let's see what a deity or another ways, because Revelation 12, 1 said, a great sign appears in heaven. Okay, woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, crown of 12 stars on her head, be pregnant, okay? And again, in verses 3, another signs also appeared. So these are the 2 deities. Abba Yahweh is not dragging his own temple. It belongs to Abba Yahweh. He is the rightful owner. Okay? The illegitimate, or the one that is not legit, it is the other one that say, I'm going to make myself like the Most High. Another sign that appeared in this sanctuary. That is another way in the sanctuary. So let's take a clear picture here. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1. Now, we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not so shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit nor by word, nor by the letter as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. This falling away first are the Broadway people, are the animal believer, goat believer, dog believer, pig believer. They must fall away. What make them to fall away? They go by the another deity in the sanctuary. They go the way of another deity in the sanctuary. They follow the teaching and the breakdown of that deity in the sanctuary. And Genesis 2:17 said, you shall surely die. I read again. Let no man deceive you by enemies, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, son of perdition. That man, are you getting this? Are you getting it? I want you to catch it. I want you to catch it. Let's break this down. Let's digest it. Let's not rush it. That man of sin. Revelation 12:9 said, that old serpent, that man of sin is a phrase, a metaphor of a thing that has an origin. What is sin? Sin simply means breaking the royal law. 1 John 3 verses 4. It said, for sin is the transgression of the law. Now, that man of sin, where do they first of all transgress and break the law? It is Genesis 3. And how do this man of sin, transgress the law? By his version, the knowledge of good he knew about who is Abba Yahuwah. He now perverted it and retold it through his evil eyes, evil voice, evil minds set unto the first man and the first woman. And that brings about this calamity you and I is passing through today. And this also ushers in the eternal fire. People is going to be born in fire. People is going to be cast into fire. People is going to be dumped into fire. People, a lot, not just people. Many is the victim of this very circumstance, of this very thing we are talking about. Many is the victim. Many. So they are the one that needs to fall away first. They are already falling away because they follow that man of sin. Now, that man of sin, who opposed and exalt himself above all that is called God, all that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sat in the temple of Yahuwah, showing himself that he is God. So, what is the ways of Abba Yahuwah? In the sanctuary. Where is the ways of Abba Yahuwah? Found in the sanctuary. And these deities' ways is also found in the sanctuary. At this time, he exalts himself above that of Abba Yahuwah. That you can find in Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 15. Let's read that. There is a place over there. He sat in the temple and declared himself God. Self-ordination. He's just making himself God. He's retelling the book in a very pervert way, and that is going to enslave you. Remember what the video we just is in the world history. That sheep that captivate our people, that sold the people of the book into slavery, is called the good sheep. Jesus. Jesus, the good sheep. Jesus, sheep that they used to transport the people of the book. They also fled into West Coast of Africa. Those days being called West Coast of Africa. Later days called West Africa. Every single part of West Africa, and they say large is in Nigeria, are the people of the book. Ghana, Cameroon, west coast of Africa, West Africa. There is the people of the book found. Though not only there, but they be scattered through this slave master, the good sheep, Jesus, that transport them, scattered them in the four corners of the earth. Oh, Shandalabo Sekeyaba. Isaiah chapter 12, where we just read, always put that in mind. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1 through 4, 5. Son of perdition, who exalt himself. Now listen. Isaiah 14, 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Do you know what Lucifer is? Light bringer. But this one is darkness bringer now, because he makes it. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? What is he using? Lies. 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Jehovah. I will sit also upon the mouth of the congregation in the side of what? The north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. His ways is also found in the sanctuary. What did he say? He said, I will sit in the congregation. I will. Not maybe. I will. He said he's going to make his own even bigger than that of Abba Yehovah. That is why the Broadway people is so large. And the narrow way people is so few. Light travels so fast. And truth is so lowly. So lowly, walking the lowly way. Because in Daniel 7, it said, these goat ministers cast down the truth. They trample it down. They make it a commodity. And lies now is not the ultimate. You see, he brought, where we just read, he said he sit in the temple of Abba when he not declare himself God. Claim the worship, praise, and all that. And he repeated it in the Old Testament and said, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to tell them that I am your Messiah. I am your God. Look up unto me. And here is my ways in the sanctuary. With this being said, let's proceed. We have not yet started Jesus PJC language in this all three, but we are also in his native language. How is breaking the Bible down? So, where's the other part? Daniel chapter 8, verses 14. Can we quickly also read that? 7 days Adventism, or all you Adventism, that Jesus shift into and now begin to tell us this nonsense. You are not good. You are not perfect. You are not good. Your whatever breakdown, because this is the surely you must surely die. Your own breakdown is a blasphemous. What do I mean? This is what I meant. In Daniel chapter 8, we see all the animals, people, all the goat, all the, started from 7, you're going to be seeing dragon over there, you're going to be seeing beast over there. In fact, started from 2, the image of the beast. Okay. Daniel, no angel Gabriel or Havriel break it down for Daniel. He explained it to Daniel that war took place here on earth, that the sanctuary that needs to be cleansed is here on earth. Not even one in heaven. He break it down for Daniel. He explained it for Daniel. So I go by that breakdown explanation of angel Havriel. I go by that. Not that of Eli White. I go by that. And we see in Daniel 8:14, said he take away the daily sacrifice. Let us quickly do that. I quickly want to put that in that. I can't go. We don't go back. But that is the breakdown of the slave master ghost ship that is used to fly a lot into destruction today. Daniel 8:14. Let's quickly read and see the duty of goat ministration. And this goat we also see found in Yom Kippur. And this goat we also see in Matthew 25. They are the goat believer. When I come to what Jesus know about the temple sanctuary, when I come to The ways of Jesus in the sanctuary. Oh, my Father is my boggling. Let's take it one after the other. I read Daniel chapter 8, verses 14. And he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. Okay, the truth be cast down. Let's read 13. Okay. Then I had one sense, okay, no, 12, 12. Let's see, 12, when they entered the sanctuary and took away the daily sacrifice. Okay, 11. Let's take for 11. Oh, where should I be taking from out of them? Okay, let's take from 10. And it was strong. It is the he goat that is flying in the sky extension. And it what which is the Alexander the Greek, the one that came from Alexander the Greek. And it was strong, or rather, it was great even unto the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host of the stars to the ground, because he is already in the ground, according to where we just read in Isaiah 14:12. And he stamped upon them, he weakened them. 11. Yeah, he magnified. He make himself so big. Remember Isaiah, what we just read? Isaiah 14:12 through 15 said, I'm going to make my throne big than that of Abi Yehovah. He magnified himself even unto the prince, even to the prince of the host. He magnified himself above Yahushua. And by him, the daily sacrifice we are taking away. This is where I want to read. And the sanctuary of his and the place of his sanctuary were cast down, thrown down, desolate. 12. And host was given unto him against the daily sacrifice by the reason of the transgression, and he cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered. So read it all. So now he said he take away the daily sacrifice from the temple. The real thing is being removed, and counterfeit is being installed. Now listen. Remember, the daily sacrifice is being removed. Romans chapter 12, verses 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Listen now. The ways of Abiyahu is in the sanctuary. And Abiyahu is in the sanctuary. But another deity also bragged, another signs that appeared also in the sanctuary, and said, I'm going to be doing it just as Yahweh do it. I did it. I'm going to be retelling it in my own way, breaking it down, okay, in my own way, all right, in the same sanctuary. And Daniel 8, 10 to 14 said, they took away the daily sacrifice and desecrated the altar. Now, here he's saying that he said, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahuwah, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahuwah, for which is your reasonable what? Service. Yahuwah's ways is in the sanctuary. Your reasonable service, it is your body to become a living sacrifice unto Abba Yahuwah. And how is it going to become a living sacrifice? That is to say, you just take the instruction of Abba Yahuwah, the Tanakh, the royal law. You feed your spirit with it in the breakdown of Yahushua HaMashiach. And this is how you became a living sacrifice. But another deity was in the sanctuary, he took that away. That is the daily sacrifice they took away from you. Install their counterfeit. Anyways, these are still part of PJC native language, okay? But we are not, he started in that 3. I'm just letting you know the ways of Abba Yahuwah in the sanctuary. A deity bragged and said, "This, I'm also going to be doing mine. I will sit over there. I will declare myself God. I will be claiming worship, praise, service, all everything, because I make myself God already." His ways is also in the sanctuary. What are we saying? What are we saying? The native language of Jesus in this sanctuary. So let me see if I'm done with this part before we now begin to unfold PJC native language in the royal law. Okay, Daniel, I read that already. Oh, was that John 2? Okay, John 2, 13 through 22, we see Yahushua said, take this temple down, break it, and destroy it in 3 days. We raise it up, I will rebuild it. And I said, what? This temple was built since, 46 years. How can you just rebuild in only 3 days? He said, he was talking about his own body. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 16 through 17 said, we are the sanctuary of Yehovah. We are that temple of Yehovah. Romans 12, 1, I read that already. Matthew 24, verses 15, Yahushua rephrased the Daniel chapter 8, verses 40, or rather Daniel chapter 8. When you see the abominations that make desolate, spoken of Prophet Daniel, said, let the reader understand. You that is in stand in the temple. Okay, let me finish quoting it. Stand in the temple. Stand is simply mean to rule. Sit is also mean relax. You are taking you are still ruling. Stand simply means stand and rule. Okay, where you see them, it's abomination of desolation spoken about Prophet Daniel. Set in the holy place. Say you should run. Don't let them set it in you, because you're gonna be seeing this another way in the sanctuary. You're gonna be seeing this deity forcing himself into the temple. He want to declare himself God in you. He want to declare himself God in you. Yahushua said it is an abomination that make the temple not desolate. He's going to take away the daily sacrifice. You will become a dead sacrifice. You will never be a living sacrifice, because the daily sacrifice, the living sacrifice, the holy sacrifice has already been moved out of you. It's going to be setting the abomination of desolation, his own version. That simply means to say, you shall surely die. Oh my Abba. This message is huge. Yahshua said, when you see, because you're going to be seeing it, when immediately you see him enter that place, run for your life. Don't let them set it. Don't let him set himself in you. Don't let him declare himself a God and a Messiah in you. Run for your life. Yahshua rephrase it, and we are seeing it again. We are seeing it. I'm seeing it. And I don't need the eyeglass of Adventism to understand this. I don't need that great prostitute Elijah White eyeglass to understand this. I just need the mindset of Yahushua. That's it. The blood of Yahushua. The napier sound of Yahushua to carry me through this study. That's it. That's all I need. So let's see if there's still another place to add. Now we are done. Are we really done? Let me see. Now this is the okay. Let's proceed. We are done. Okay, let's proceed now. Let's dig deeper. I wanna flog someone right now. I wanna beat someone today. I wanna slap someone. You know this someone already. That someone, it is PJC. Hey, I wanna beat PJC right now. I wanna slap PJC right now. I wanna beat Jesus right now. I want to slap PJC right now with the truth, with the truth, with the truth of Abaya, of Abaya, of my Abaya. Yesha knows the truth. Only the truth shall set you free. Now, 7 days Adventism. All you Adventism, gather here, because you are witches and wizards. Fly over here. And I rebuke you and any of your attack in Yahweh's mighty name. Busybody devil, noisy demon, flying devil. I captivate all of you. I put you all in the spiritual prison in the mighty name of Yahweh, because my obedience is already being forfeit through Yahushua HaMashiach. I hide under him. I'm his baby. He carry me in his palm. Okay, so through his pierced hand, I prevailed over you all. In Yahweh's mighty name, I gave victory over you all. In Yahweh's mighty name. Now listen. All the Adventism said the Old Testament, that is to say, just please go and read all the scriptures I quote for you. From Leviticus chapter 1 way to chapter 7. All right. Leviticus chapter 16. And Exodus 27. Exodus 25. Just so that that is the way of sanctuary, okay? In the time past, in the Old Testament. Adventism said no renovation, no upgrade. That exactly the way Abiyahu was doing it those days in the temple. In like manner, they said that is how Jesus is also doing it in his heaven. First of all, which simply means to say Jesus have to kill a goat or a bullock to officiate for himself. Because they said that is how Jesus is also doing it. There is no renovation. There is no rebrand. There is no retouched. There is nothing new. Exactly, they said the way the service of the temple in the Old Testament, the way it's going, exactly what Jesus is also doing. It will be clear when we come to the all three native language of PJC. This I'm saying simply will be clear. Truth. Can I say truth or lies? Let me put lies in this manner. It's a small mosquito. Mosquito. Can you arrest mosquito? Can you go in search of mosquito that impute, that invest fever or typhoid? It can kill you. High fever can kill you. Typhoid can also eliminate. So you see that innocent little animal will just come, he just dump it in you and run away. Go and call, the county, call the police or call police to go and arrest or did DSS to go in search of who murdered you. Are you gonna be found that little mosquito that make big full of a hole you? No, you can't see him to arrest. So you will just die for nothing. That is what the lie of Jesus is doing. It's a mosquito. It's going to bite you. It's going to impart that spiritual typhoid, that spiritual high fever that's going to bring about that surely die. You shall surely die. You can't arrest the lie because you can't find the lie to be arrested. But Yahuwah will arrest Jesus. Anyways, listen now. All you Adventism, listen and listen really good. Hear me and hear the word of Abba Yahuwah. I'm going to be talking to you now with the tongues of fire. Listen now. That's said, that is how he is doing it in his heaven. So let's read our own for you to know that this PJC is another Messiah entirely. Of course, it's another ways in the temple. It's another deity in the temple. It's another language in the temple. It's another gospel in the temple. Now listen. Hebrews chapter 1, verses 1. Yahuwah who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto fathers by the prophets. When Abba Yahuwah gave this message of the sanctuary, his ways in the sanctuary unto prophet Moshe, okay. Now, he used Moshe. He said, this is the pattern. What I review unto you on my signer, put it down. The pattern that is being revealed unto you. So this was how Abba Yahuwah was commune with us through a prophet. Not one-on-one, but through prophets. Through prophets. In time past. Are you getting that? Is that past tense? Or in time past, is this the present? Adventism, listen too. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he appointed hand of all things, by whom also he made the words. A lot of words, plural. Now, it said in this time there is a renovation. In this time there is a retouched. In this time there is upgrade. Okay, in this time Abba Yahuwah upgrades this memory, can be reformatted onto a better one. Not in those days, but now this is how he is doing it. But PJC in Adventism and all his Adventism said exactly what is still going on in the temple service, the ways of the temple. They say exactly how PJC is also doing it. Actually, let me show you the law that is a cause. Actually, some law is a cause. Some law is a cause. Let me take you through that. Galatians 3. Before we read 30, excuse me, let's first of all go to 24 and 25. In time past, now listen, 24. Wherefore, Galatians 3, verses 24. Wherefore, the law was our schoolmaster. Are you getting it? To bring us unto who? Mashiach, that we might be justified by faith. 25. But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. So whatever you see in the temple service was a schoolmaster to guide us until Yahushua comes. Now that Yahushua has already come, we are no more under that law. We are no more under that sacrificial law system. From whence Yahweh spake unto us in time past through Prophet Moshe. This renovation, it is a new way Yahushua entered, not in that part. So Adventism said, PJC is still there, and I know why he's still there. Oh, my Abba, I rebuke you, PJC, in Yahuwah's mighty name. What are you saying? Or, anyways, we are still on this. But first of all, I want to let you know his native language. Something struck me. What? Now, 7 days Adventism indeed is under course. Because, okay, let me read that. Jesus, in Yahweh's mighty name. 13. Galatians chapter 3, verses 13. Yahushua had redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hanged on a tree. What was the tree we were being hanged? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. When I come to what Jesus knew about us in the sanctuary, he's biddy. He is heavy. He is meda. He is so biggy. He is so heavy. He's not light. Everyone being hacked there. And that was why he said, Yahushua wasn't ashamed to be called our brethren. He also go through the process, entered into the womb, stay over there 9 months, be birthed from came out through vagina, just as you and I. Also circumcised. 8 days he take off the excess skin, just as the man. Okay, so he's not ashamed to be called our brethren. He also go through those process. Now he was also being hanged on the tree in order to bring us down from the tree. He came to the tree where all of us is being hanged. Yahushua came to the tree and brought us down. This is huge and it's so deep. Now, if you say you are still in that tree, say you are cursed. The sacrificial law, especially of Yom Kippur, is a curse, is a judgment, is destruction. If you say you are still there, indeed you are under curse. Actually, if you don't keep the royal law, you break it, you are under curse. Keeping what Yahushua also fulfilled already, you are under curse. Because Yahushua has already entered in the order of Melchizedek. But they said exactly the way they were doing it in Genesis or in the Old Testament, they said that is what is still going on now in the heaven of Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur of PJC, it is Flash Ramadan. Clap for Yahuwah for this unfolding. This is native language of PJC. It is Flash Ramadan. You see, the Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, 7 days Adventism is propagating, is not existing. It doesn't exist at all. The one we knew, the one that exists, it is Ramadan. Matthew chapter 6, because it's in the written note. It's everywhere and all over the world. Matthew chapter 6, 16, Yeshua said, don't do your fasting like the hypocrites do. They love to be seen by all. Now, Ramadan, when it comes to Ramadan, I wanted to delete it, but I couldn't in the technology. My phone will be marked. Is it red? It will be marked all day of all those 30 days of Ramadan will be marked with red, Ramadan. In Netherlands here, if you go to a train station, it's in the signboard everywhere. Metro station, where we normally check time, metro is coming, is it coming or delay or cancelled? There is a board that will put it there, so bold, where we see all this, time uh timetable of the bus or metro. Ramadan is placed everywhere. The whole world is aware. For that 30 old days, you keep seeing Ramadan on my phone. I wanted to deal. I said, what kind of rubbish is this? I were unable because it's being installed direct by technology. So the Yom Kippur of PJC, it is simply Ramadan. You're gonna be fasting 30 days. Hours. Okay, I think I will be reading some. Yes, let's do that. I will do it the way it's been jotted down. But I don't want to do two. I don't just want to. The one I am unable to finish, I will just put it in the other one because it still have to do with PJC, native language. Now listen, where is it? You know what is Ramadan? Though it came from pagan practicing, I will be calling out. I'm not going to be reading. I will be calling out the Quranic verses. Let me first of all just do that before we read what happened, transpired in Ramadan. Let me just first of all call everything out. First of all, this Ramadan we have been practiced in Mecca, Medina, by Quraysh. Muhammad picked from them. Sahih Bukhari 34:20. That is 34:20. Book 60. Book 60 are these. What number is this? 92. You're gonna be seeing it over there. Okay. Muhammad will join the pagan to fast. Another part. What was this part? Okay. Let me also call out the hadiths. He also borrowed some from us. Okay. Yom Kippur. Where's the? I just want to call out the. Oh my! But where is it now? Oh shit. Okay, let me call this one out. Sahih Bukhari again. 45. Okay. 4504. Book 65, Hadith 31. This is their fasting. Okay. Of Ramadan. Again, another Sahih Bukhari. Okay, I quoted this already. Yes, I quoted this already. Let me go to another one. All right, this is the one I wanted to quote. Sahih Bukhari, where he borrowed from. Okay, Moses, where he heard from from us. I don't want to read this nonsense. Sahih Bukhari, 2004, book 30, Hadith 109. Okay, let's put some more. Again, Sahih Bukhari. This Sahih Bukhari is the most trusted collection of Islam. Okay, is a very authentic hadith. So it's quoted from Quran. Sahih Bukhari. Okay, what number? Okay, 1894, book 30, hadith 4. So this is about Muhammad and his instruction of fasting. But there's the one I would like to read, which one is also this. Okay, about Ramadan. Where is the hadith? All right. Let me quote this one. Al-Bukhari also. Let me make it big. Okay, Al-Bukhari 185. Al-Bukhari. I'm not Arab. Okay, I don't understand. Al-Bukhari also. Ramadan is the month. Listener, I want to read. Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed as a guide with clear proofs of guidance and this standard. Where is it? That's nonsense. And the standard to distinguish between wrong. So whoever is present this month, let them fast. Okay, let me stop this nonsense over there. Okay, now you see. So the reason why they are fasting on Ramadan, okay, on Ramadan, and they say Ramadan, according to some history also or research I also did. Indeed, I found that what they call Sabians. I found that in the days of Job, they were the one who murdered all 10 children of Job. It was the Muslim, okay, Arabic word. And this tribe, Sabian, and what was the other one? Sabian and who again? You will see it in Job chapter 1. Okay. They were the one doing this Ramadan. Okay, pre Islamic world. They were the one doing this Ramadan. Okay. So they were the one murder who destroyed Job. Properties, children, everything, house, okay. It was Muslim. They were the great wind who wiped everything away. Okay. You will see it in Job chapter 1. So they were also the one. They are fasting. I call their fasting Jezebel kind of fasting. Because when Jezebel wanted to kill righteous Naboth, she declared fasting. Okay. And take down Naboth and steal his vineyard. A like manner Islam. So the Yom Kippur or fasting Adventism is propagating the very one that said Jesus is still using to minister unto them to redeem them in this later time. It is simply what? Ramadan. Period. That is CJC native language. So now, with this being said, we see already from their Quranic verses. So I would like us to go. It said it was the month, okay, Quran was being revealed unto the Prophet Muhammad. May his peace and his peace be upon him. So we'll never fail to say that. You know, that is what Islam is also saying. His peace and his peace must be upon him. So I want to go to brief history of Muhammad, how Quranic verses came into being. I don't want to title one. I don't just want to. Okay. So quickly, I would like to put this brief history about Muhammad, and they will now go the very first time he received, a Quranic verses from Allah. That is what Ramadan is serving for. And we'll see what brings about this Quran. Okay. This is PJC. What are we doing? PJC native language. Listen, a brief history of Muhammad. Of Muhammad. Muhammad was born in Mecca around 570 AD, almost 600 years when Yahushua ascended. Almost 600 years, another daughter came. Okay, his father died before he was birthed. Okay, where his mother was pregnant with him, his papa just died right away. And his mother died when he was only 6 years old. Always remember 666, okay? When he was 6 years old. So 6 years old, Muhammad now became orphan. That was why he was illiterate. He was an illiterate. He couldn't go to school because no papa and no mama. So he was being raised up, I think, by his grandmother also. And that was why he also married a 40 years old woman. Why? When he was 25 years old, because Khadija was so rich. She was so rich. Okay. Muhammad go by money because it was wretched. Muhammad was wretched. Okay. So now let's do the Quranic verses. All right. So it said, in the year 600, Muhammad was in a cave in a religious retreat, and something interesting happened. So we want to do so interesting. When it was the night on which Allah honored him with the mission and showed mercy on his servant. Thereby, Gabriel, they will call him Jubrel, Christian is Gabriel, Islam is Jubrel, brought him the command of Allah. He came to me, and the apostle of Allah, while I was sleeping, while I was asleep, with a coverlet of blanket, whereon was some writing, and said, Read. I said, What shall I read? He pressed me with it so tight that he wanted to strangle him. So tight that I thought it was what? Death. He said the way he strangled his neck. Oh my Abba. He said he almost passed out where Quranic verses were revealed. The very one they celebrate in Ramadan. In Ramadan, it is simply the Yom Kippur of PJC. What are we doing? PJC native language. Remember, PJC is coming back as a radical Muslim. And that is true. That is the only kingdom heaven recognized. Nothing of Christianity, Jesus, nothing of Seventh Days Adventism, Jesus. It is only Islamic Jesus. Okay, he said, read. Then I said, what shall I read? He pressed me with it so tight that I thought it was death. Then he let me go and said, read. I said, what shall I read? He pressed me with it again, so that I thought it was death. Then he let me go. I said, read. I said, what shall I read? He pressed me with it the third time, so that I thought it was death, and said, read. I said, what shall I read? What then shall I read? And this I said only to deliver myself from him, lest he should do the same to me again. So this is how Quranic vision came about. This is how Allah started revealing Quran. And this is the very day they are celebrating. What are they celebrating? Or rather, they are fasting in honor of Quran. And this is how Quran is being given. And you see the demonic activity. Muhammad himself conclude and say, it is demon that reveal himself unto me. But Khadija and his sister or whatever, forgot her name, said, they convinced him and said, no, you are the prophet of Allah. That is a demon, that is Allah. Are you getting something? What are we doing? PJC native language. Okay, so this is the Ramadan. This is what they are celebrating. Because when you check out our own AJ Gabriel, he never strangled nobody. Rather, he helped Daniel to understand the vision. He also helped Mariam to understand how she's going to be taking in seed without ma. He helped. Okay, Elizabeth, or rather Zachariah, who also did not understand, being a prince, ministering in the temple, you couldn't understand what Abiyah is all about to do with your old age. Therefore, he mute him. He never lay a hand on him. It's okay. Zechariah asked for a sign. Luke chapter 1. Okay, Luke chapter 1. What's going to be the sign? And Jehovah said, the sign I have for you, you will not be you will be mute until the day your wife will give birth. You will not speak. Indeed, the day his wife gave birth, he started to speak by praising Yahweh. Okay, he never laid no hands. But this one, you knew Muhammad was illiterate. He didn't go to school. No one to fund his bills. So he was illiterate, utter, typical one. And this Jubreel came in the beginning to strangle him. And this is what they are celebrating in Yom Kippur. Listen, the day, a lot of video to be played. A lot of videos. Should I leave this one? Okay, let's play some video before. Now you see the Ramadan they are celebrating. I would like to play video. I want you guys to also hear from Adventism mouth, okay? Because this is their own. From Adventism mouth. I would like you guys to hear from Adventism. Okay, let's just go there. I would like, okay. Which one to play first? Okay, I think I will play the sanctuary, about the sanctuary. Okay. Oh, thank you, Abba. A lot of video I need to play to build. Oh, now. No, advert.
Unto 2,300 days,
Okay, this is a
and
way.
the sanctuary shall be cleansed. Many versions say the sanctuary shall be restored to its rightful state, or the sanctuary shall be vindicated, or the
Daniel
sanctuary
chapter
shall be
8,
justified.
AJ Gabriel,
All
break
those
it down. He explain it,
are
so we
different
go
ways
by
of
that.
saying the same thing.
Nobody's
You see, the sanctuary
crap.
is justified by the process of judgment. The sanctuary is vindicated by a process of
And they
judgment.
said this
The
sanctuary is
sanctuary
heavenly one, is the
restored
one
to
in
its
the
rightful
heaven.
state as a result of the judgment,
Let's
of the
just
cleansing of the sanctuary. So Daniel chapter 8 and verse 14 says, unto 2,300 days, and the
Daniel, well,
sanctuary
we are just seeing
shall
early
be
one,
cleansed.
not heavy.
Now, when do the 2,300 days begin?
Okay, let me see if we can get some.
Impossible to disprove the position which Mr. Miller had endeavored to an unreserved consecration to God.
Let's listen a little
She
bit.
continues saying on page 401, of all the great religious movements since the days of the apostles, none have been more free from human imperfection.
Thunder fire you, liars.
There arose, primarily in the United States, an intercontinental and
Wow.
interdenominational movement.
There is a place I want us to
Be
listen.
aroused. Fanaticism disappeared before this proclamation.
I wanted to see.
11 verse 19, and I need to tell you that Revelation 11:19 is not in chronological order.
Okay,
The book is what? Oh, sweet book of Revelation. Every single time it refers to the most holy place of the sanctuary.
okay.
And I'm going to prove it to you from this verse. Notice what it says. Then the temple of God was open in heaven, which means that before it must have been what? Closed. You can't open something that was already open.
You've been killed by
Then
the
the temple of
letter.
God was
Only
opened
the
in
Spirit
heaven,
give
and
life.
what is seen when it's open? And the ark of his covenant was seen.
That is
in
our
his
spirit.
temple.
That is our spirit. Come on down. Oh, come into that. That is our
Let me ask
spirit.
you, what apartment was the
Be
ark
saved.
of the covenant in? The
Be
ark of the
saved.
covenant was in the most holy place. So
The
where
holies
does
of
the
holies.
open door lead
The
to
ways
to
of
this
Father
place
is
before
in the
Philadelphia?
sanctuary.
It leads into what? Into the most holy place of the heavenly sanctuary for the beginning of what? For the beginning of the judgment. Let me ask you, were there an abundance of prophecies that pointed to the judgment beginning after 1798, before the second coming of Jesus? And specifically, October 22, 1844?
You get it?
Absolutely. There were
Absolutely.
an abundance of prophecies that
Okay.
pointed to this.
Okay. Let's say that was the day Jesus entered into
Now, in
this
the
sanctuary, into
1830s
this
and
place we are talking
1840s,
about.
there arose,
Okay, what
primarily
am I
in the United
doing?
States, an
Okay, no, we are
intercontinental.
talking. No, shut up. Shut up. The place I wanted us to. Anyway, we listened to this one already. This is about sanctuary. I want us to see when Jesus entered the sanctuary. Oh my Abba.
Of these things.
I think I was right. I should have been done before we enter. Yes, I was right. Okay, no need for this one. This is the one we ought to play first of all. Listen.
Filipinos.
The Adventism. They are special for Jesus.
Number 8, loss of identity as God's remnant church.
Okay.
Some
This is
members
the
seem
one
to have
we
lost
ought
the
to listen
identity
to.
of and reason for the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay.
We are the remnant church of God,
Listen.
not
That's correct, of Jesus.
just another denomination.
All right.
God called us to lift up Christ and his righteousness by preaching those three angels' messages, turning people back to the true worship of God.
Liars.
He has called the Seventh-day Adventist Church as a unique movement
Did you get
with
it?
a unique message
Did you get
on a
it?
unique mission,
Did you get it?
all centered in Jesus Christ and
Did you
his
just
mission
get
of
that?
salvation.
Did you get
We
that?
are called and chosen for mission
Okay.
to prepare people for the Lord's imminent second coming.
It's in
Do
Islam.
not be confused as to who Seventh-day Adventists are.
Did you get
We
it?
are God's special messengers and his
Did you
remnant
just
church.
get that?
Do not allow mission drift in our church entities and institutions.
They said the
which results
message
in loss
Jesus gave
of
unto
identity.
them,
And let me speak
no
to all
other
union
denomination of
presidents.
Christian would have it. That is correct. First time for a group of people to take upon themselves Shabbat according to the lead of the deity that is working with them, and brings about heavenly sanctuary. There is iniquity over there that must be cleansed, and yes, okay. So he said they are special. Indeed, they are special messenger of Jesus. They are unique, and the very first time Jesus, okay, it's also good. It said in 1844, great whatever nonsense entered the heavenly sanctuary to begin the work of investigative judgment, the cleansing. Okay, in the case of the righteous, okay, dead righteous, okay, we have done that. It's just them already. So we are doing PJC native language, isn't it? So these people indeed, they carry this unique message, not for them, but for Allah, for Jesus in Islam. I'm telling you, mark it. This is prophetic for Jesus in Islam. That is the unique message they carries. Maybe I will just be talking. So we have done this already. So let's get back to Yom Kippur flash. Ramadan. Yom Kippur is Ramadan. Now they said Jesus is doing some cleansing over there. Let me see if I have already finished the Leviticus chapter 16. I read Galatians already. Leviticus 16, they said that is exactly how Jesus is doing it. I'm not going to be reading it. You can read. Oh, what am I quoting? Okay, Matthew about Ramadan. Yes, Matthew, hypocrite is everywhere. We read Ramadan history already. Now, Galatians chapter 5. I want to point unto you. Please read it. Because now we are proceeding, into the sanctuary. I think we are done with the Ramadan now. We are done with the Ramadan, okay? We see the history of Ramadan already. So let's proceed to the native language, second native language of PJC. We have seen the first native language is Ramadan. The Yom Kippur, or the Day of Atonement, because you must fast. That's what it means. You must afflict your soul. Read Leviticus chapter 6. You will see all the rituals over there. That is not existing in the Christendom or Adventism. It is only in the Islam. Ramadan is only in Islam. Have you ever seen Christian fasted in a group? It's only in Ramadan. Because Day of Atonement is simply mean National Redemptive Day of the choosing, the people of the book. Ramadan simply means to Allah, according to Muslim, it is judgment. Okay, who is going to reign and rule with Allah? It is for special people. Just as what he said. I don't want to exaggerate too much. It's okay. Let's proceed to the second phase. PJC, second native language. Because if you read all this, the reason why the heaven of Jesus is desecrate, polluted, it is found in Galatians, because they said, you know what is sin? Because they said, according to their breakdown, because I began to do research, what is in heaven that needs to be cleansed about these 7 days Adventists? They keep saying Jesus is cleansing heaven. He's cleansing heaven. He entered the holiest of holies the very first time in 1844 on the 22nd of October. What is going on there? They now break it down for me. I heard it from them that, you see, in the Yom Kippur, Leviticus chapter 16, we see, it is National Day redemption of the people of the book. Everybody will gather in the temple, confessing their sins. All their sins will be put in the Azazel goat. According to Enoch, we'll be reading this one on Shabbat. Enoch chapter 9, okay, And Enoch chapter 10 said, to Azazel ascribe all sin. He is the originator of sin. That goat brings about sin. So all sin will also be put on his head. He taught men sin. Okay, what is sin? Breaking of the royal law, transgression of the law. Now, as on Yom Kippur, all sin will be confessed upon that goat head. One will die, and the other one will be exiled. And they said this is how Jesus is still doing it. Now, they said the people that died, they are still confessing their sin, because if you forget to confess one, you'll be blotted out of PJC book. So you must confess, okay? Now, and they saw the reason why they must confess, the dead people must to confess, the people that is already died in Jesus' heaven. They said because holies of Jesus were not opened. Jesus was in the second apartment. So, and no one were able to enter, okay? So until 1844, October 22nd, Jesus now entered into the holies of holies to make this atonement for them. So everyone that died needs to confess. If not, started from Adam. That is the investigative judgment. If you fail to do that, you will be blotted. You will not enter, even though you died already. You will not enter into PJC heaven. Now, in the heaven of PJC, according to Leviticus 16, the blood of the goat that died, instead of you to die, the goat died. Okay, his blood sprinkled upon the altar several times. They said, from that goat, that is how the sanctuary is being polluted, because the goat carried the sins of the people, and his blood is upon the altar. So that is why the altar or the sanctuary being polluted. And they said Jesus is also doing like manna, confessing the sins of people, and putting his blood, because they said Jesus carried the blood. The people confess their sins upon Jesus' head, and Jesus' blood now touched the heavenly sanctuary, and that makes the heavenly sanctuary polluted. This is how they break it down. Literally, they said the blood of Jesus represents sin. As Jesus put the sin in the altar, read Leviticus 16, because they said that is how Jesus is also doing it. As Jesus just put his blood several times in the horns of the altar, in the Ark of the Covenant, the holies of holies, heaven of Jesus get polluted, because they said that goat in the Yom Kippur represents sin. His blood also is sin. Put it in the altar, corrupt the sanctuary. And in like manner, Jesus' blood corrupts heaven of Jesus. And because the blood of Jesus that contains sin now, it corrupts heaven. So let's see what is sin. That the heaven of Jesus contain. Sin is they are demons. Let's go through the categories of sins. They're here in our book. Galatians 5, I think we'll be taking from 16. Let's see what is sin. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye want. But if ye be led by the spirit, and ye are not under the law of flesh, okay? Not under our law, under the law of flesh. Okay, see the law of flesh. Flesh have law. 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seduction, heresies, envy, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I told you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahuwah. Is it clear? These are spirits. Remember, lie is a spirit. That is a spirit. So all these that I just named out are spirits. As we are talking, all the spirits is in the heaven of Jesus, not of Abba Yehoah, because it said when you even allow the spirit to enter you and begin to walk with you, you cannot enter heaven. Let's see who is not coming into heaven. Let's go again. I want to first of all just brief it. Oh, this message is huge. It's really huge. Now let's go to Revelation 21:8. You can't come in. When you contain these demons, you are not coming into heaven. But 7 Days Adventism said PJC carry all these things in his head. He's judging this thing. His checking book, if you confess, is blood polluted the heaven of. Can you imagine? Huh? What a mess. So what are we looking into? The native language of PJC. Let's read Revelation 21 verses 8. Who is not coming in? But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and the murderers and the whoremongers and the sorcerers and the idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the link which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is what? The second third. These are the people that is not coming in. Revelation 22 verses 15. They are not coming in. For without are dogs. We have dogs believer, okay? Matthew 6 or so, or 7 verses 6. We have dog believer. But the people that is not coming in. But without are dogs, that is outside the camp of Yahweh, or rather, of course, the new earth. For without are dogs and sorceries and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth maketh a lie. You don't have no part in this heaven. But all these are spirits. That is what we are saying. And Jesus retained all these demons. They said they are waiting for the Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, for Jesus to collect all these things from the dead saints and put it on the head of Azazel. Okay, Azazel go the scapegoat. He's going to collect all these things and put it, even though they are dead already, they are in the heaven of Jesus, but yet they still need to do this confession of sin, that Jesus will not collect all these things from them and put it now on the head of goat. As we are still talking about, that goat Azazel is also in the heaven of Jesus, because they said exactly the way Abba Yehoah did it in Leviticus 16. That is how Jesus is still doing it. Are you getting this? What a heaven. Let's proceed. And they said that all this demon is in the heaven of Jesus. That is why the heaven of Jesus is polluted and it needs to be cleansed. What is heaven? Okay, now native language. I just quote their own. I rephrase their own already. Now the native language. Let's do that. The native language of Jesus cleansing is heaven. Cleansing Jesus, heavenly sanctuary cleansing. It is flesh. What? Sharia law. What is Sharia law? Cleansing the earth. The earth must be cleansed. No other denominations, no Buddhist, no Hindus, nothing, no Catholicism, no papacy, no pagan, science, whatever. Everyone, 92% of the world population has already been given to Ishmael. Everyone must become Muslim. Only 8% won't. 92% will be delivered, be given unto Allah. And this is PJC native language. You want to cleanse heavenly sanctuary. Rather, it is earthly sanctuary. That is, you want to remember, Jesus is coming as a radical Muslim. This message, I will redo it again. It's coming as a radical Muslim. Always remember that. So, first of all, let me quote. My Abba wanted to read Quran. What is this? What is this? I read Revelation already. The place I forgot to read in the Revelation. Revelation 21:8, I read that already. 22:15, I read that already. These are all iniquity. Revelation 14:8, it said the wrath of this red dragon is sex. fornication, spiritual idolatry. All is in the heaven of Jesus. 17, Revelation 17:2. All. He said he get the entire world intoxicated. He corrupted and polluted the entire world. Revelation 17:2, you will see it there. Revelation 18:2-3. He said you now became the habitations of devils, demons, unclean birds, hateful birds. They are all there. And that is the works of flesh. And that is the sin, how you break the royal law. And verse 3 said, he get the entire world intoxicated with the wine of our fornication. It is another deity in this sanctuary. And all these spirits are in the heavens of Jesus Christ, okay? And that is why his heaven is corrupted. Revelation 19:2, you will see another great hall over there. Corinthians 6, 1 Corinthians 6:15. He that joined with harlot becomes one body with harlot. That is the PJC in Islam. Okay, it's because the entire world is corrupted. Okay, and these are all the spirit that corrupt the entire world, as we just read from Galatians 5, 16 through 21, Revelation 8, 21 verses 8, Revelation again 22 verses 15. As we just read, we see what is sin. And all this is in the heaven of Jesus. And this is what the people of the book will confess in Yom Kippur in Leviticus chapter 16. If you are a thief, oh, Father, forgive me, I've still. If you are a prostitute, oh, if you commit adultery, this and that, whatever, as we just name it out. This is all the same. And Jesus kept all this spirit in his heaven, and that corrupt his heaven. Because they said through the blood sprinkled in the holies of holies, that defies the sanctuary. And they also said in like manner Jesus sprinkled his blood in his holies of holies and all that. It's also corrupted Jesus' heaven. I beg you, a lot here. It's huge. Now Matthew 7:21 through 23. Why did I put in this? Okay. You will see there. You will see workers of iniquity over there. Though they were doing great signs and wonders, but they were workers of iniquity. Okay, these are they. I think I'm only going to be talking. I don't think I'm going to be reading about this cleansing of PJC, heavenly sanctuary. Heavenly sanctuary. Okay, so the heavenly sanctuary, it is flash Sharia law. Okay, Sharia law. This is how Jesus is going to do it. I think I'll read some Quranic verses over here. Okay, let's do that. Or let me first of all put preset in our royal law before we now go to Quran. Now listen, Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many thereby which go in their heart. Now, he said, the cleansing of PJC heavenly sanctuary doesn't exist. It is this earth. PJC is the general overseer of Sharia law. Okay, is the general overseer of Sharia law. So this is the Broadway, and the Broadway has a Messiah. Okay, this Messiah entered into this Broadway again by the way of the sanctuary, desecrated the entire world, polluted everywhere, the Broadway. So now, Yahushua is coming. Come on now. He is commanding the false Messiah. Pack all your people that believed in you, that follows your way, the very one you enter through straight to Islam. It is two covenants, the Quran and the royal law. There is nothing as the administration Christianity is propagating, the Adventism is propagating, nothing. Catholicism propagating, nothing as such. Synagogue of Satan is propagating, nothing absolutely as such. The only one kingdom we recognize, the only one kingdom that is left, one head of the beast, last revelation, last vision, it is simply Quranic verses. It is the system, the ways of Allah now. Again, Allah is also coming. Allah ways is also in the sanctuary. This is the ways of Allah also into the sanctuary. Sharia law. Because Jesus is going to deny all of you, Daddy. What are we doing? The native language of PJC. Nothing in heaven to be cleansed is here on earth, and this is how Jesus is going to be packing everyone that believed in him straight to Quran, to Allah, to Mecca, and go and be doing Ramadan over there, and go and be shouting Allahu Akbar. Let me first of all put in Revelation 3:7-12 is the hour of darkness that is going to fall upon the entire world. It is Sharia law. And this is how Jesus cleansed the earth, give way for Yahushua to take over the 8% people that believed in Yahushua that will not receive the mark of the beast, which is Philadelphia, the royal tribe. Now, Revelation, where is it now? I just want to quote. I don't think I'm going to be ready. I want to put all here. Maybe we can redo it again. Revelation 3, okay, yes, 7-12. Matthew 24, verses 21, the great tribulation. Jeremiah 30, verses 7, it is also called Jacob's trouble because the people of the book is there. Jacob's trouble is also the entire world trouble. Revelation 30, verses 15-17, you're going to see both great, poor, rich, this, and all of you is going to be taking the mark of the beast. You can't buy, nor sell. Yes. Every 92%, not even one will escape it. What are we doing? The native language of PJC. But this message should have been making you, or should have been helping you to put your house in order. It should have been helping you to shift into that of Abba Yahuwah before this happens, because this is almost here. Because Yahushua is coming. Come on now. Yahushua is coming with these 4 horsemen. He's coming. Yahushua is coming with them, because if he don't come, all of us is going to be receiving the mark of the beast. All of us is going to be destroyed. All of us, not even one, will be saved. So Yahushua will be coming, protect us. Ark of Noah, the 8%, Philadelphia congregation, the royal tribe, into the ark. And this ark is here on earth, be surrounded by fire. Mahdi and Jesus' mothers cannot come there. So this is the only vision that is left. This, the 7 days Adventism is bringing. We don't have it. It's not recognized. The stamp of Abba Yahuwah is not there, but that of Islam, Abba Yahuwah put his stamp poster over there. Cleansing of the earth. Pack all these people to Islam. Just remove them out of my way. Now, yes, you're going to be seeing mark of the beast over there. Revelation 30, verses 15-17. Exodus chapter 9, chapter 7-9. You know the 10 plagues, okay? Hat was in Egypt. Agar is Egyptian. Muslim, they are Egyptians, okay? Now listen. When Abba Yahuwah brings about the first plague, the magician also do the same. Second plague, they also do the same. I think the third one, I don't know. I didn't read it, but I read this for long. I know they do 2 or 3. So it is possible they stopped at 3. They gave up at 3. Then I saw the figure of Abba Yahuwah, or they stopped at, no. They stop at 4. One of these. You will see it. Read it by yourself. Now, this is how Abba Yahuwah is going to start the judgment. It's going to be using Muslim to do some part. This is deep. It's going to be using Muslim. Muslim have some role to play. Their role to play is to pack all the whitewashed tomb people, believer, goat, dog, animal believers straight to Islam. You people go and be under the blood of goat, blood of goat, and blood of goat, and the red beast, which means sin, and the red dragon, which means sin. Just go and be under the blood of snake and the blood of pig. Not here. So I quote that. Genesis 16, verses 10-13. Islam, Ishmael, the very progenitor of Islam, is wide donkey of a man. Wide donkey of me. So wide. It's going to be so wide. He said it's going to be against every single one. That is Sharia law. And this is how Jesus is cleansing the earth. Pack them straight away. You brought about sin. He will put it upon one head of the goat, the scapegoat, Azazel goat. You thought about sin. Another goat would die on it and be roasted. Read temple service. And the ways of Abba Yahweh is in the temple. And the folly deities' ways is also in the temple. And you see that goat that is being incriminated, set ablaze. Abba Yahweh just let you know, if you don't repent for sin, that is the picture. Eternity. If you are not a living sacrifice, you will be a dead sacrifice. And a dead sacrifice is also being thrown into fire. Are you getting that? Abba Yahweh is so angry, eh? It's about to confirm Korah. It's about to do that. Now listen. And this is the native language of PJC, no heaven of PJC. Let me first of all call out all our scripture. Genesis 16, 10 to 13. Revelation 17, verses 5. You're going to see Babylon, the great prostitute, the mother of all high lords. Mother, mystery Babylon. Christian, they are mystery Babylon, okay? Natural Babylon was pure pagan. Mystery Babylon are also pagan, but they now use religion to mask it up. But we still unfold, we still take off their mask, the mask of Jesus. And in Babylon, there is a name written on the forehead of Babylon called what? Mystery. Jesus in Christianity is a mystery, but Jesus in Islam is not a mystery. It's going to be so clear. The Jesus in Christianity is a mystery. It's unclear TV. It's not clear. But the Jesus is in the Muslim Islamic world is going to be like broad daylight. It's so brutal. It's coming is brutal. It's coming is disastrous. Remember, Allah flew Jesus to his paradise. He flew him with the face of Judas. Always knows that. We know Judas was a thief. And no wonder Jesus said he kept thief in this heaven and is cleansing it. This message is deep and it's huge. Now listen. Jesus in the Quran, I think we're going to be ready there now. In Revelation 17 verses 5, what is Mecca be called? Mecca, where 92% of world population is going to be shouting Allahu Akbar. You know Mecca? It's in the wilderness. Messiah in the wilderness. Now listen. What is Mecca be called? What is the meaning of Mecca? Mecca simply means mother of all settlement. It's a woman. And here Babylon is also a woman. And Babylon is the mother of all harlots, the abominations of the earth. And Mecca simply means mother of all settlement. She says she is the womb. She is the mother that gave birth to all settlement. What is it going to be settling? Confusion. Seventh Days Adventists say we are special people. Islam says shut up, we are special people. Christians say we know the way we are special people. Islam say just shut up your mouth. We are the special. He said we are the one to consummate all this. All this on our madness. We know how to lie. Allah is the grandpop of all liars. Quran chapter 3, verses 54. Allah is the best of all deceiver. Quran chapter 7, verses 99. Allah is the best of all deceiver. Quran chapter 8, verses 30. Allah is the best of all deceiver. Now, so I know how to twist scripture. You wait for Allah. So on his way for you is your grandpop, eh? Even Wyoming, that is the only kingdom we recognize. Just pack off 7 Days Adventism noise making. I don't want to hear nonsense. For the very first time, Jesus entered heaven. Go and see that. Jesus have heaven. You are the one Jesus entered the sanctuary. Your spirit, our spirit is in heaven, but yours is in the pit. And Jesus entered you, like William Miller said that on the October 23rd. He said when Jesus did not come October 22nd, then October 23rd, he said, oh, the demons in bottomless, he said it's like hell break loose on them. all the demons in bottomless pit was being unleashed on them. You don't know what you are joking with. Now listen. What part I want to quote again? I quote that already. Now Revelation 11 verses 8. You're going to be seeing spiritual Egypt over there. Islam is the spiritual Egypt and Sodom. We have spiritual Egypt, we have mystery Babylon. We have physical Egypt, we also have physical Babylon. Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah, what was going on? Spiritual Sodom, sex perversion. And all this sex perversion, homosexual is in the kingdom of Jesus. Because you have to confess. They are out there. So let me proceed now. Revelation 6 verses 1 through 9. Come on, go and read. That is the Sharia law. They are all coming radical Muslim. Nimrod is coming as a radical Muslim. Ishmael is coming as a radical Muslim. And what is the other one? Ishmael. Cain is coming as a radical Muslim. Not Ishmael, excuse me, Saul. Not Saul, what am I saying? Oh my father. Esau is coming as a radical Muslim. Nimrod is coming. Ishmael, of course, is coming. He's a radical Muslim, of course. He's the king. He's the in fact. Wait, let's go to what Jesus know about us. Yeah. This guy is also coming. Okay. The first murderer is coming to murder again. Revelation 9, that is their resurrection. Go and see it from the bottomless pit. So let's go to Quran. I quote all the scriptures already before we now go straight to Sabbath keeping. Okay, let's read Quran now. What is Jesus coming to do? The only reason Allah is sending Jesus back is to refute you Christians. I never say I am God, and I never asked you for worship. And I never say I died on the cross, buried, resurrected. I never told you guys any of this. You guys put a lie on me. So he's coming to refute Christian. That's the native language. Not just that Islam is preaching it that Jesus is coming with Mahdi, but this is what Abiyawa said. His stamp. We only have 2 covenants, not 3. The royal law and Quran. That's it. Abiyawa also. Okay. Where is it now? Let's first of all read Allah have no son. Where is the Quranic verses? Come here. So I'll give you the Quran references for you to go and do the study by yourself. Allah have no son. Quran 2:116. Allah have no son. Quran 5 verses 160 also. Allah is sending Jesus back to come and refute you Christians that says Allah have a son, or that says Jesus is the son of Allah. Is coming to refute you guys, and also coming to refute you guys. I never asked you guys to worship me. That's the only reason why. The only reason Jesus is coming to renounce Christian and to tell you guys I never say I died, buried, resurrected, and I never also tell you guys that I'm God. I never tell you guys that Allah is my father. I never told you guys any of this. You just put a lie on me. So, because Allah now questioned Jesus, because Jesus is in the presence of Allah as we are talking now. Allah now question. Okay, let me just. Allah now question Jesus and say, Jesus, did you tell Christian to worship you and your mother? Jesus now say, Allah, you know all things. Nothing is hiding away from you. See my heart. I never told them. They lie on me. So for that reason, Allah will say, Jesus, go with my heart in. Go and say this to the Christian to renounce everything they know about you and tell them the ways the Islam have the right way, and you all needs to convert to Islam. That is the reason Jesus is coming. He will lay his hand on the right hand of Mahdi to convert the entire world to. This is how he cleansed the earth, not heaven. He doesn't have heaven. So another one, Allah have no son. Quran chapter 6 verses 101, Allah have no son. Okay. Another one, Quran chapter 9 verses 30, Allah have no son. Another one, Quran 10, verses 68. Allah have no son. Another one, Quran 19, verses 35. Allah don't have son. Another one, Quran 19, verses 88. Allah simply don't have a son. Allah is a slave master, okay? He's not a father. Islam said they are slave. They said they are the slave of Allah. So there's no relationship of a father. Allah is a slave master. You see, Egypt again. Pharaoh was a slave master. Jesus is a slave master. He's a Pharaoh. He will not let people go. You fed people October 22nd, 1844. Instead of you to let them go, you proceed on the 23rd. You told another lie, and this lie is still spreading. Heartbreaking to advertising. Another Quran 23, verses 91. Allah don't have a son. He have no child. Quran 37, verses 151. Allah have no child. Quran 39, verses 4. Allah don't have no child. Quran 48, verses 82. Allah have no child. It's a barren God. It's so barren. Quran 72, verses 3. Allah is impotent. It's so barren. He cannot bear no children. Quran 112, verses 1 through 14. Allah have no son. So that is the Quran. So let's go to the Sharia law. It's disastrous, okay? So disastrous. Let's read the law. You know, sex is reward in after Sharia law. The men of war of Allah is going to be receiving 72 virgins, vagina, okay? Sex all over. Now, Quran 2, let me make it big. Okay, Quran 2, Quran chapter 2, verses 244. Then fight in the cause of Allah and know that Allah heareth and knoweth all things. I beg, go sit down. I beg. They turn my stomach. Quran chapter 2 again, 216. Fighting is prescribed for you. And ye dislike it. But okay, it says fight is, you shouldn't describe, you shouldn't, reject it. You must fight. Let's go to another Quran for the sake of time. Quran chapter 3, verses 54. As for those who reject faith, I will punish them. Okay, any Islamic that rejects to fight, carry a fight, Allah said He's going to punish you guys. You must. It says it's prescribed. It's the ways of Allah. You want to overthrow Jesus now. It's kingdom against kingdom. Come on now. Quran 3, verses 151. Soon we shall cast terror into the heart of the unbelievers, for that they joined. Okay. My father, whatever confusion. What is this saying? What is Allah saying now? What is Allah? My father with Allah. He said you are doing a comparison or what? You are doing competition with Allah or comparison with Allah or competition with Allah, for which He had said no authority. Okay, let's just leave that because this book always turns my stomach. I'm just reading it for the sake of you, family. I don't do this book. Quran 4, verses 74. Let those fight in the ways of Allah, you see, who sell the life of this world shall, if you say, anyways, I beg, you must fight, okay? Quran 4:76. Those who believe fight in the cause of Allah, and those who disbelieve fight in the cause of Allah. Okay, Quran 4:30. Quran chapter 4, verses 89. But they which that, okay, reject fight, okay, say if you don't fight, Allah will punish you. Quran chapter 4, 95, not equal of those of the believers, because there are some believers that is going to be going to the war, the jihadists. Why some will not also go, some will stay home, but they will be funding it. All the ammunitions, weapons of mass destructions. So they're going to be funding it, okay? So those will say, but the one that goes to war, they are the one that's still going to be receiving the 72 virgin. You that did not go, you will also receive it, but not 70. Oh my, but this book is so irritated. Quran chapter 4 again, verses 101. And when you Muslim travel in the land, there is no sin on you if you what is this again? Okay, fear. Okay, fight. I beg. I don't want to do any break. I don't want to do it. I'm running out of time because we still have one to go. Quran chapter 4, verses 104. It says you should fight. And be not weak-hearted in pursuit of the enemy. You are the enemy because you don't believe Allah. You are running a race with Allah. If you suffer pain, then surely they too suffer. I say if you suffer injury, but their own suffering is gonna be worse. The infidel, like me, I'm infidel. Quran 5:33. The punishment of those who wage war against Allah and his messenger and strive to make mischief in the land of whatever this, only this. They should be murdered or crucified, or their hands and their feet should be cut off on opposite side of their, oh my father, of they should, okay. Anyways, let me just leave this breakdown. I don't want it. I read it already. It said this is a torture. They will cut some people hand and feet, and they will murder some. Let's stick quoting because I'm running out of time. Already 20 minutes. Oh my father, 2 hours 20 minutes. Okay, let me just cut. I will not talk anymore. Okay, Quran 8:12. Fight is prescribed. Quran 8:15. Yea, who believe, when you meet unbelievers on the battle, it say you should, take off their head. Quran 8:39. Fight. Okay, fight. Quran 8:57. You must fight. Quran 8:67. You must fight. Quran 8:59 through 60. You must fight. Quran 8:65. You must to fight. You must to fight because Muhammad said Quran. Paradise is it said paradise is under the sword. You must fight. Quran 9:5. You must fight. Oh, this is a lot. Okay. Quran 19:14. Fight. You must. Quran 9:20. You must fast. Quran 9:29. You must fast. Okay. There is a place. I'm tired already. So there is a place I want to. Okay. There's a place. Say until Muslim fight, paradise will not come. Okay, yeah, now we are in the addicts already. We are in the addicts. Oh, I wanted to read. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. This book is full of violence. Okay, it's a lot. Look at all their books. It's a lot. It's like I was recording what I recorded already. Wow, Jesus. It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh my Father, where am I going to be starting from? Okay, we entered the addicts already. Sahih Bukhari 52:177. Allah's apostle said, the hour will not be established until you fight with the Yahudim and the stone behind which a Yahudim will be hiding will say, oh Muslim, there is a Yahudim hiding behind me. So kill him. So even the Yahudims, the people of the book, okay, they're going to be hiding. Said the place, anywhere they hide, that place is going to be crying out against them. Say, Muslim, come here. Come and see the Yahudim. Oh, come and slaughter them. He said that hour will not come until you fight. That hour simply means Sharia law cannot govern the entire earth until you fight. These are the claims. Sahih Bukhari 52:256. Fight. Sahih Bukhari again 52:65. Fight. Sahih Bukhari 3:125. Fight. Sahih Bukhari 52:220. Fight. Sahih Bukhari, oh my father, 52 again 44. Fight. Abu Dawud 14:252:6. Fight. Abu Dawud 14:252:7. Fight. Allah say fight. Sahih Muslim 1:33. The messenger of Allah said, I have been commanded to fight against people till they testify that there is no God but Allah, that Muhammad, the messenger of Allah, may his pool and his peace be upon him. Sahih Bukhari 8387. Fight. I have been ordained to fight. Sahih Muslim 130. The messenger of Allah said, I have been commanded to fight. Sahih Bukhari 52:73 is a lot. Let's stop over here. Sahih Bukhari 11:6-26. Sahih Muslim 1149. Sahih Muslim 20:46-45. Fight, oh, fight. Sahih Muslim 46:96. Fight. Sahih Muslim 19:4321. Fight, oh, fight. Allah is crying now in this kingdom. Fight. Sahih Muslim 19:4294. Fight. Sahih Muslim 5917. Fight. Sahih Muslim 5918. Fight. I will fight them until they are like us. Let me read this one. Sahih Muslim 5918. I will fight them until they are like us. Allah replied, hey. Let me just leave there. Time is running out. Sahih Bukhari 2:35. The person who, fight. Suna and Lisa also. Fight. Suna Ibn Maria, whatever. Fight. Tabari 7:97. Okay. Suna Ibn Maria, so I don't know. 242794. Okay, the other one. Okay, they didn't put fight. Atabari 797. Fight. Atabari 969. Fight. Key. Killing unbeliever is a small matter for us. The word of Muhammad, Prophet of Islam. He said, killing unbeliever is nothing. Fight. Atabari 70187. Fight. Let me stop here. It's a lot. It's still a lot. Fight. This is what is coming for you. Fight. And this is how PJC cleanse the entire earth. They will prevail. They will conquer. What are you saying? You have power. Abu said Nebuchadnezzar is my servant. Are you getting that? Islam are his servants. Because you don't want to obey his instruction. You will definitely obey Allah by sword. And this is how Jesus cleansed the earth. And Jesus is the general overseer of this fight. Fight. Okay, before we enter the Sabbath or Saturday seal,
Let me ask you, was it a small
let's
room that
listen
they
to
went
them.
back to the drawing board on the day of Pentecost? There were 120 gathered in the upper room. Just a few.
You
And
will
as they
learn
were
Islam
studying
except
prophecy
you
during the 10 days
you
before
better
the
pray you
outpouring of the Holy
die,
Spirit,
because if not,
those who had been sincere and truly
all
loved
this
the
your
Lord,
nonsense.
but had been
It doesn't
disappointed,
exist.
they decided that they would study Scripture again.
Let's hear.
And suddenly, the texts that they had used to describe the second coming of Jesus in power and glory, they said, those texts were not saying that at all.
Okay, listen.
They began to understand the sanctuary service. They began to understand the Hebrew feasts.
It's
They said
Islamic
before
feast, oh.
Jesus can come, the Day of Atonement needs to take place.
Jesus is just
And that
speaking
happens
native
in the most
language.
holy place of the heavenly sanctuary. We were wrong about the event. We were right about the timing,
Story.
October 22, 1844, but we were mistaken about the event which was going to take place.
Mm.
In fact, the very next morning after the disappointment,
Okay, let's
Hiram
see.
Edson,
Hiram
he had
Ensign.
cried
Ensign.
all of the tears that he had inside out.
Jesus refused to let go his Pharaoh, okay?
He and another individual walked across a field
Listen.
to try and comfort some of the believers in another place.
They
Notice
were
that
passing
didn't just
through
sit
the
down
bush.
and
They
sob
will,
and say,
this
"Oh,
one will not
poor
tell you
us,
the way it
Jesus
is.
didn't come." They said, let's go comfort some other people, then
The
maybe we'll
third
be
generation
comforted
of
too.
this incident, they are the one revealing it the
And
way
as
it
he was
is.
crossing that field, some
Listen.
people say it was a cornfield. He simply says a field. I want to read his words to you about what he saw. He says, we started, And while passing through a large field,
You can also screenshot
I
and
was
read it.
stopped about midway of the field. Heaven seemed open to my view, and I saw distinctly and clearly that instead of our high priest coming out of the most holy of the heavenly sanctuary to come to this earth on the 10th day of the 7th month, at the end of the 2300 days, he, for the first time, entered on that day the second apartment of that sanctuary.
That is a
and that
pure
he
lie.
had a work to
Hours
perform
when
in the
Yahushua
most holy
ascends
place
straight away to the
before
holiest of
coming
holies
to the earth.
and
In other words, he
anoint
said, I
our
saw
spirit, which
distinctly
is the
clearly
ark of the
that Jesus,
covenant.
instead of coming to the earth, he went from the holy to the most holy place of
Liar.
the heavenly sanctuary
Liar.
to perform a final work before his second coming.
Story.
By the
Second
way,
coming is in
many people
Islam,
say,
radical
this
Muslim.
idea of the investigative judgment in 1844, that was a creation of Ellen G. White.
That
If
great
you
prostitute.
don't have Ellen White, you can't prove from the Bible that the investigative...
Shut up. Did you get that? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? So, he will not let go. So this is the vision. He was just walking on the way. Jesus now says, sorry, guys, you know what? Yesterday, I disappointed you guys, but this is the reason why. This is the reason why. So he was the one who saw this ridiculous vision and amplified by that great prostitute, Ellie White. Ellie White expanded. She dragged it. She make it so big and magnify it. It's not the eyeglass of all advertising from Wales. Let's see the heaven of PJC. So now let's go to the seal of Shabbat. No, not Shabbat or Saturday. The seal of Sabbath. The third one. So the third one, where is it? We have done two. Native language of PJC. So this is the third one. The third one, oh my father, this one is huge. I think I will do this one along because we are still there. I will blend this one because this one is big, no room to liberate more the way it's supposed to be. We see the Yom Kippur of PJC is Flash Ramadan. Heavenly Sanctuary Cleansing of PJC, it is Flash Sharia law. The says seal of Sabbath. The says Sunday is the mark of the beast. Why Sabbath? Is the mark of or is the seal of their God, okay? So Sabbath seal of Adventism, it is Flash Friday seal in the mark, okay, the very mark of the beast. That is the flesh of the beast is the seal. Friday, Allahu Akbar. The Friday is a holy day for them. I think this is my boggling. Christian have something to do with Friday, and then I call it Good Friday. The Jesuses in Christianity gave this Friday unto his children, and then I named it Good Friday. And Allah named this whole Holy Friday. And they said this Friday, it was the day, holy day of Allah. It's also the day of judgment. It is the day of consummation. It is the day of rest. It is the set apart day of Allah. Okay. And Christians also have that Good Friday. They said Jesus died that day. Are you getting it? So they have something. Oh, Revelation. Hey, okay, this one, I will blend it up with the one I will do on the Shabbat. What Jesus know about Shabbat. Okay. I think it will follow. Okay, I think it will follow. Now, Genesis 19, we see over 15. Oh, should I be reading? Okay, I've been doing this anyways. Okay, first of all, let me go to Revelation 13, because it said they have just one mind. They are together. They are partner in crime. Allah PJC, the red beast and the red dragon. They are partner in crime, okay? They are together in it. They are together in this. Now listen. Let me change this. Revelation 17, verses 12 and 13. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received not kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto their beast. These have one mind. They are together. They are partner in crime. So they are together. So They are doing the same. They are just one in the sense. In sense, they are just one. So, Matthew, our own Shabbat keeping, okay. Matthew 11, 28, the Joshua say, "Come unto me, all ye that have labored and heavy laden, I will give you rest." And Allah said his own rest is Friday. And Yahushua is Shabbat. So the Sabbath seal is Flash Friday. Is the seal, is the consummation of all. When Allah rested, the whole world this time convert to Islam. Allah will say, "Come and be worshiping me on Friday. You are gonna be paying pilgrimage also to Mecca. That consummate all and all. Gonna be doing Ramadan. Yes, that's it. This is what it is. It is what it is. Now listen, Friday, okay, and I will see in Genesis 1 and 2, after Abiyahu has labored, worked, rather Yahushua is the one do the work, but Yahweh was also there anyways. Let us make mine our own image. So that is the family of Trinity. Okay. Now after all three has already worked, in Genesis 1, you're going to be seeing the word of Abiyahu, you're going to be seeing the spirit of Abiyahu. So they did the work of creation. So after they have done, Genesis 2, verses 1 through 3, Abiyahu now rest. He rested and set this day apart. And rested and said, And he said, it's a sign. Leviticus 30 or 31, verses 13 through 17. You're going to be seeing it over there. It's a perpetual. And Allah, after Allah has already worked, PJC worked in converting the entire world unto Islam, they will not rested. And they will not put their seal on you as a day of rest for you to rest with them. According to Islam, they say it's a holy day, it's the day Allah will judge, it's a rest day, it's the holy day, it's a day of Allah's judgment, okay? And I understood that perfectly. Revelation 17, verses 12 and 30, what is over there? Okay, I read that already, yes, I just read. Now, Genesis 15, we see all three came from Papa Abraham, all three religions. We came from Papa Abraham. We are the last baby. No, we are the second child. Muslim is the first. Hagar, which is the what was that? Heifer. Heifer simply means female goat. And we see the she-goat, goat animals kingdom. If we come to what Jesus knows about us, that one will be Shabbat. And ours was a male ram, okay? Now, that terminology has to do with childbirth. See Leviticus chapter 12 for that, child dedication. Now, Abiyahu in prophecy make known unto us that Papa Abraham is going to be dealing with three women. And three religion is going to come from him, okay? And Abiyahu said, do this and do like that. It's about inheriting the land, the sanctuary, because it will be cleansed. And that is the Revelation 21. That is how it's being cleansed. Here is sanctuary. Okay. Therefore, Abiyahu say, do this and this, make this sacrifice for me. And as soon as Papa Abraham put all this together, it's a fowl now came. The fowl flew and shows up. He said, okay, I think, let me quickly read that part. You're going to see when the sun go down and the night took over, which is the moon. All three come from here. Nothing under this heaven, nothing new. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again, for there is nothing new under this heaven. So about the covenant inheriting the land. Okay. Now he said, take me the heifer goat. Okay, sorry, I quote that already. I don't want to read. Levi, when the fowl came, okay, and when the fowls, plural, came down upon the carcasses, so they came to, they shows up. They have part, of course, they have part. Islam have part, Christian have part, and this is plain out already. But just want to go. Abraham drove them away. Yes, he really sent Ishmael out of the family kingdom. He also sent the children of Keturah, which is Christendom, also out of the kingdom. See Genesis 25 for that. He just gave them gift. And they are choppy already. They are eating already their gift. Christians eating their gift already. Islam is also about to eat their gift. It's a gift we have for them. 12. And when the sun, listen, when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and lo, an horror of great darkness, oh my Abba, fell upon him. This is Ishmael. Horror of great darkness, because when the sun give up, the moon takes over. A great darkness fall upon him. Horror. Sharia law is horrible. And he said unto Abraham, now of a certain, okay, your children and all that will be afflicted in the land of Egypt. The affliction is going to be so massive. This is the first affliction. Another one is coming. It's going to be so massive, okay? So when the sun goes down, what takes over? The moon in the night. Now, who is sun worship part? They don't worship on sun day. It is what it is. That is what it is. It is the day Babylon dedicate unto sun. Christians mystery Babylon. The literal Babylon worship Sunday. They worship sun. That is why they give that day. They say sun day. That is the day of sun. Now, Revelation chapter 9. Go and read it. When it said when the angel opened the bottomless pit, which is Allah himself, if you see smoke that arose from there, it said it darkened the sun. Islam is going to darken every single thing you know about Christianity. Revelation 18. They are powerful. They're going to tear the great hall into pieces. Babylon is falling, is falling, is falling. Go and read Revelation 18 also. The beast that ascended from the bottomless pit is going to tear Christian into pieces. This is the Jesus coming. Is a radical Muslim. Come on now. And that is after that they will not put the seal of Friday on your head. Now, Ezekiel chapter 8, verses 15, 16, we see sun worship is the greatest of all abomination. Now, Mecca is the mother of all settlement. Revelation 75 said that the abominations of the earth, if Islam is dirty, Islam is dirty, is polluted, is the final desecration of the sanctuary. They are coming. In Revelation 6, they are coming. I'm telling you beforehand that now it's hard. So, worshippers, which are Christian, you're going to be darkened and you're going to shift into Allah Huakubaru. You're going to be worshiping moon. Muslim moon determine everything that have to do with Islam. They watch for moon. Moon determine. Moon is their guidance, okay? So I just take this one lightly. I don't want to read the Quran that pertains to this. So let's drop it there. Thank you, Abba. I love you so much. I just love my Abba. So, this is the native language of PJC. Native language of PJC. No Shabbat seal. That seal of Shabbat in Adventism is a lie. It's Friday seal. After Islam simply means submission. So do you think it's going to be so easy? Okay. It's going to be so easy to be submissive, for the whole world to submit to Allah. It is war. It's under the knife. It's under the sword. Muhammad said, paradise is under the sword. And it is so. Let Mahdi come. This will be clear. The Jesus in Islam will be clear. He's coming back as a radical Muslim. Muslim is preaching it already, not because they are preaching it. In their eschatology, they said Jesus is coming with Mahdi to come and refute you Christians, say you all put a lie on him. He's going to be telling Mahdi to convert all of you to Islam. And this is how they cleanse the earth. And this is how Jesus cleanses. This is the heaven you want to cleanse? Nothing, absolutely. He's taking the baggages he brought from the pits of hell. He's packing all his nonsense down to Islam. Down to what? Islam. So we are done. We are done. Thank you, my Abba. Love you so much. Masekeibo. Whoa, whoa, karakebo say. Busendere Yahuwah. Karake Busei. Now I quickly want to chip this in. Abba Yahuwah said, He will make you serve your enemies if you don't keep his law. And PJC is one of them. Allah is the final word. You're going to be serving your enemy. And this is PJC, blindly, the 92% world population. PJC is Pharaoh. All these pastors are magicians. They are just magicians. If you see the nonsense this great prostitute Ellie J. White said, Ellie J. White said, God, their God, cover their eye not to say that Jesus is not coming October 22nd in 1844. He said he covered their eyes to deceive people, for people to sell their houses, make people homeless, render people homeless. If that God must be set ablaze, is a wicked one. Is a wicked one. Make people sell their houses, render them homeless. Everybody that believed that movement, all of them forsook it. And then I begin to swear for Jesus. and his Millerites. Anyways, family, we are done now. Thank you, but I love you so much. Give you all the glory, give you all the honor, give you all the adoration. Family, we will continue what Jesus knew about this wonderful movement. I will let you know. I will let you know. I will let you know. Now, this is PJC native language. PJC don't have no Azazel goat. In fact, maybe Christian is gonna be the Azazel goat. I'm gonna put all sin on your head and take you down to the wilderness in Islam. Anyways, let's drop this. We'll be doing this, of course. This one is big, eh? Another big one. Another big fish. Another big expose. This one will be doing it on the Shabbat. Love you so much, my Abba. I just love you. I just love you. I just love you. All right, family. You hear from me. Shabbat. Family, once again, happy Yom Teruah. Happy Feast of Trumpet. We go by Enoch calendar. Okay, so 30 days in a month, and that is where you can get the accuracy of all biblical timeline prophecy figures, 42 months, 7 years, and all that. This is the only way you can get it. 5 months, 150 days, 30 days in a month. That is the only way you can get it. If not, if you go by lunar, you're going to be everywhere. You can't get it. If you go by the Gregorian calendar, you're going to be full everywhere. You can't get it. Only 30 days calendar fit in, which is the calendar of Abba Yahuwah. So we also go by the time clock of Abba Yahuwah. We don't go by science time clock or time clock or Gregorian time clock. 6 in the evening begins the new day. 12 hours in the night, 12 hours in the morning, in the day. That is the only way you can get 12 midnight. The day start by 12 hours of the night start by 6 in the evening. 12, therefore, midnight. 6 o'clock begins the 12 hours of the day. So this is how hours works. So this is how we go by spirituality. I love you. I thank you. All right, family. Once again, like on the Shabbat is a double Shabbat, high Shabbat is double Shabbat, double high Shabbat. Okay, it's high Shabbat. We ought not to do absolutely, of course. In the normal one we don't do. In fact, like today, is today high Shabbat? I think so, because we also ought not to do nothing. Yeah, it's high Shabbat. Today is also high Shabbat. So next week Shabbat is double Shabbat, because of cleansing and judgment on that day, and heaven will be shut on that day. Therefore, will not proceed into the wedding banquet, which is the king's birthday. Also, the marriage of the Lamb is on the Feast of Tabernacle. And this is what the desecrate. When it was about either 160 stroke 180 years before Yahushua will be birthed, you see that Daniel chapter 8, the Grecians came in, they desecrate the altar, they confuse the people of the book. They don't want them to, because this feast is what Yahushua is using to minister. Okay, so they don't want them to understand any longer. They now ushers in Jesus, December 25th. They now begin to worship Jesus. Okay, sacrifice pork and all that. They now begin to use Gregorian. They cancel everything just to confuse them, for them not to know when Yahushua will be birthed. Okay, in like manner, Christmas today, that is what is serving for, not to know when the actual time Yahushua will be arriving. His tabernacle will be here with us. Yes, that is what it's doing. So, but the feast of dedication, Hanukkah, where we capture the temple, we rededicate it. Exactly what transpired, that is how it will be done again. So either we'll do this along with Shabbat, or we'll be doing this one. I will be reading First Maccabees. I'm going to be reading all those books. We will really, I'm going to read it all. Okay. I will read it all for you to see how they desecrate the altar and exactly what they are still doing now. No difference. Okay. Thank you, Abba. All right, family. Let me drop it here.